You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Keep me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, make money, money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Warning, do not make these fantasy football mistakes going into week 4. We got to make the correct starts and sits. We got to make the correct trades, and you're in the right spot. We're going to talk about a lot today on waivers. McBride, if he plays, but we got to keep following. He was El Concusto last week. And Stranger said, I'm inexperienced enough to need the answer. Why? Okay. Here's the why on why you always move your Thursday players to the starting role. If everybody plays and there's no issues, you could be fine with it. But let's say, who's the game today? Let's say you got Devin Singletary. He's not really a starter, right? On most teams, like he would be like a flex guy. But what you want to do, because let's say you have, I'm trying to even think of someone who's kind of questionable. Let's say you're just a weirdo and you have Kareem Hunt, in your starting lineup for whatever reason, as the starting running back. You want to make sure that those Thursday guys get switched from the flex to the starting roster, so it gives you more flexibility for the Sunday games, okay? That's what it's all about, for the Sunday games. So sometimes it might not make a difference, like whether you put the guys in the starters or not, but it's a good rule of thumb to always do this, because the one time you get screwed because of it, you will remember me talking about this, because I've had it before where, and shout out to King DLBC. What up, homie? Thanks for showing love on both channels. And so I've had it before where I play a Thursday guy in the flex. And let's just say it was a running back that I had who ends up being questionable. Now I don't have a flex spot and I can't maneuver. So it's like, I need to start a running back no matter what. Could be the same with wide receiver, could be the same with any position, but that's really what it's all about. It's like having your flexibility of your guys who play later. Like even if I have a QB, let's say I have Dak. Okay. And I have Dak and let's say I have Dak and Lamar Jackson, because I have that in because I do have that in a couple different leagues. Dak plays on Thursday. If you have him in the super flex spot, what if Lamar just gets sick or something? Just literally could be anything. And let's knock on wood really loud so nothing actually happens. But that's what I'm saying. It's like literally anything can happen. So it's just making sure that you have all the options available to you. So even quarterbacks, if you have a super flex league, I would put guys like Dak, Danny Pesos, if you're actually playing them, put them in as a starter. Doesn't matter who the starter is, move them to the super flex just in case, because it doesn't matter if they're in your flex or in your starting spots. The points all count the same anyways, and you want the flexibility for later in the week. That's why you move these guys to the flex spots. And hope that made sense to people. If it doesn't, let me know. JP's have been in Texas all week, missed out on most of the week, but happy to tune back in. Glad you made it back safe, bro. Let's get it. Josh, what up? He says AJ Brown confirmed out. Not as of now, but it could be today, could be tomorrow. So we're kind of just waiting. And let's see. Andrew's on waivers. Pick him up and drop Gesicki. Oh, both of them are on waivers? Nah. Andrews just sucks so bad. Turco and Jay sit down and learn something. Bro, every time I answer a question before you get I get to have the same as you. Let's go. Toyota one. If AJ, I mean Josh. I'm sorry. There's another Josh who's Toyota one. Josh, if AJ is out, do I start Ladd, Wandale Robinson, or Quentin Johnston? As of now, dude, it sucks because like Wandale's Thursday, like he's today, and like I really don't want to start him. Like I want to, but I really don't think AJ Brown's gonna play. Wandale, man, because if Herbert doesn't play, Ladd and Quentin Johnston are screwed anyways. So I think I'll play Wandale. And it ain't Wandale who's going to be going up against Trey Diggs. You know, it's going to be neighbors. Emil said, who's Samik Evans? Who the hell is Samik Evans? Yeah, who the fuck is that, Emil? Feel like it's a typo. Hollywood always up to no good. What up? Samik, Pickens, and Singletary for Mike Evans and Pollard. No, I don't like it. It's horrible. Horrible, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Make a more calculated trade because I like Mike Evans more than Pickens. But yeah, I mean, if he's really hurt and he's going to be dealing with shit, then I really don't want him. Josh, when's Brooks going to be back? We don't know. I mean, the earliest he could come back is week 5, and we haven't really heard much about him yet. Kind of just that he's progressing, but that's kind of about it. So I'm sure, like this week, like Thursday, Friday, like I bet, I mean, today is Thursday, you know, but like Thursday and Friday practices are the most important. So that's why I feel like we'll probably hear something. If he's going to play next week, we'll probably hear something within these next 2 days. Patrick, PPR drop downs for Roshan, Leggett, Ertz, or Dubs. I have Laporta. Do you have another tight end? I would almost get Ertz as a just in case. It is a really great matchup for Laporta. So if Laporta plays, I'm playing him no matter what. It's one of the better tight end matchups in the league. But I would make sure to keep your pockets loaded because if he doesn't play, you know, and you wait until like Saturday or Sunday, you know, it just might be a little bit more slim. Frank said 3 spots to pick: McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr., Jameson Williams, Mooney, Braylon Allen, Yoshi, Addison, Rashad White, Bucky Irving. I'm not playing Rashad White or Bucky Irving versus the Eagles. I would play Scary Terry. It's a horrible matchup for Jameson, but I mean, out of these options that you got, I feel like I'm starting him. And then Mooney would be the other one that I would start here. So McLaurin, Mooney, Jameson. That's where I'd be leaning. Sal, what up? 2 reasons I'm sticking with Dallas over KC and Survivor. I will pay money to see the Giants beat the Cowboys. I like it. I like it. And I'll never forgive you if the boys win and KC loses. Hey, do whatever you got to do to not hate me, homie. But just remember, the Chargers suck. And I picked the Chiefs in 2 survival leagues this week. So I'm not one of these clowns who just like says shit. You know, I actually practice what I preach. So I believe that KC is going to whoop on the Chargers. And if Justin Herbert doesn't play, the Chargers legit might score 0. So do with that what you will. But I know you said that you would love to see you'd pay money for the Giants to beat the Cowboys. So even if you lose, it's kind of like, even if you lose, you really win, kind of, right? I think there's no way that Smith plays this week, even after that hit. Yeah, it's probably not. I mean, that's a McBride, same kind of thing. Lane Johnson, they're the Eagles lineman. He got El Concusto last week. And yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Derwin James isn't playing this week. It's because he's fucking laying the wood on people's heads. Got suspended, you know? So, I mean, people are taking this shit really, really seriously. I'm surprised that nothing happened to that Saints defensive lineman for the hit that he put on Smith. That was some bullshit, man. Pam said I changed the guys times every week, and even that start of every week I put them in my flex if they play Monday night. Yeah, it's a good rule of thumb. That's all it is, you know. Like Most of the time, it probably won't screw you over, but the one time that it does screw you over, oh man, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. That's why I always remind people about that. What up, Frank? Top of the morning. He said, I'm learning to wake and bake. I'm learning to wake up with the hustlers. Let's go. Wake and bake. And don't forget to bring a towel. Let's go. Tim said, what up? Baltimore, Minnesota. Minnesota, if it is Minnesota, if it is love, and if it's not love, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to start Baltimore versus the Buffalo Bills, though. The Bills have thrown up 30 plus points in each game. So that's like, sorry if you pick the Ravens and you're like, fuck, I got to play these guys every week, but don't do it, man. That's why I just like streaming. That's why I just like streaming defenses, because like every team is going to have a bad matchup sooner or later. And then you have to make the choice. Do I roster 2 defenses? Do I drop this defense that I really, really like? You know, what up, Corbin? Frank said, I got Mayfield and Carr. Should I pick up Geno or Rodgers? If so, who do I drop for the start? I really feel like Carr in this divisional game on the road, I bet that you could drop him. And I would almost pick up either Geno or Rodgers. I mean, I feel like I want to pick up Rodgers. I mean, the way that he's looking, man, he's looking good. He's looking good. And I think that's where I'm going to lean. Officer Ron, what up? Full trade, full PPR trade. Tyreek for Neighbors and Worthy. No, don't do that. No. I mean, Neighbors is good. Worthy's good. But like once Tua come back, Tyreek is going to go back to like being number 1. So, I mean, it sucks trying to have to like weather this storm. Yeah. Josh Baker. My advice is be here every single day when we are. I'm live pretty much this time, sometimes earlier, every single day. Be here to catch the news. Be here to get your starts and sits. If you really want help, like with trades, I mean, I could give you like random trade ideas like while we're here, but that's really not going to help anybody. If you really want to get over to 420crew.com and take advantage of my fantasy football consulting service, I've been doing it for 5 years where it was actually a business, but I've been doing this as a hobby for fucking 15 years at this point. And now it's a full-blown business, and I take it super, super seriously. And if you need help, like outside of these streams, you want like way more help, you know, with trading, where I actually analyze like trades for you and tell you the things that you need to look for, super, super specific kind of things, and then really guide you through a trade process. 420crew.com. Get signed up as a superstar member or higher. You will not regret it. It will be the best thing that you can do for your fantasy season. 100% guaranteed. And where did I leave off at? Wes, Parkinson or likely? Neither. Just close your eyes and go like this. Just keep spinning around until you pick one. I'll say likely because Buffalo, you can kind of only attack them through the middle of the field. So for that reason, I'll go likely, but I really don't want either of these guys. All tight ends suck this year. Literally every single one. Like, it is so tough because like now, like legit tight end questions are turning into kicker questions where like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, it almost doesn't matter. Hey, Minnesota Marty, what up, what up? Making my way through. Let's knock these out. Frank 3-0. How about my Mahomes and Kamara for Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill? No, like, don't get cute. You're 3-0. Don't make random trades that you don't need to make. Make calculated trades if you want to make a trade. Okay? Don't make trades where it's a super even trade. Like, there's no reason to. You're 3-0. Don't fuck up things now by making cutie trades, you know, that you really don't need to make. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Patrick said if Laporta plays, I'll probably drop Ertz. Would you take any of those other guys over him? Not this week. Seattle's like legit one of the best teams to stream a tight end against. they are giving up the 5th most points to tight ends right now. And every single game that they've played has been a decent tight end performance, at least an above average tight end performance. Everybody they've played. Remember when when Hunter Henry got off against him, and now everyone thought that Hunter Henry was going to be like a tight end one? It was just the Seattle matchup. It was a Seattle matchup. Big Tens, I believe KC should be 0-3. I mean, they should be, but it's good coaching. That's what it is. That's why they're 3-0 instead of 0-3. Great coaching. Great coaching. Tucker 1 JF Keenan Allen is out, which he's going to be. Do I play Dell, Demarcus Robinson, Brian Thomas Jr.? I guess Dell, but it's tough because I don't like any of these guys' matchups this week. So I don't know if there's anybody who's potentially on waivers. I don't like any one of those matchups this week. And Frank, he said Blankenship or Jamel Dean. I don't know. I'm going Blankenship, though. He's been killing it. We will know for sure today if Smith is out. No, we will not know for sure today. For sure would be Friday. Wait a minute. Mooney is Mooney out of the bum status?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
He's not out of the bum status. Not out of the bum status. Not even close. And so this is fucked up, but yeah, Tua for sure. Yeah. Pam said, fire up the Tampa D. No, I don't like it. All right, I got 2 questions on Patreon here. Let's see. Tim C. He says, start 2 out of Mahomes, Stroud, and Rodgers. I'll go Mahomes. Stroud. I don't like Rodgers' matchup this week, but I'd start him over a bunch of random players. But Stroud, he's got his matchup is money this week. And then need 2 for the flex. Collins, Godwin, Mason, or JT. I'm going to go Collins and I'm going to go Collins and Godwin. Tough to sit JT, but the matchup versus Steelers is horrible on paper. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's keep with the chat. Let's see. Devin Sting, 2+ touchdowns. He could. And Pam said, what's that BS? And dude split on him. What the fuck? What are we talking about? What I miss? Jeff said, what up, bro? Should I wait till Monday night to play one of the Seattle RBs or fire up Juwan Jennings? Man, it's a really horrible matchup. Lions are like giving up like the second least points to running backs. And like Juwan Jennings, he's probably going to be the guy. I'm gonna say keep the Monday night RBs if you got both. I mean, you gotta have both, right? What up, Matt? And he said trade Pittman for Jonathan Brooks. I'll just hold. Death Reaper just traded JK and Mason for Josh Jacobs and Ayuk. He sent the trade now. I got hurt. CD, I like it. That's a good trade for you. And Officer Ron said I'm 0-3. That's why I'm worried. I mean, I understand you're 0-3. And that's why you're worried. Everybody who's 0-3 would be worried. You got to make the moves right now. Don't make dumb moves, though. Don't make dumb moves that aren't going to help you this week, though. I got to save people from those type of moves. And Big Bando, what up? TJ, what up? Said I would do that trade. Neighbors looking ridiculous. I mean, yeah. Big Ton said if the Hill for Neighbors worthy was Dynasty, yeah. Big Bando ended up skipping on Zeke and got Leggett. Very smart. Shane, trade Garrett and Brian Robinson for Nico Collins. I've Stroud. I think I would hold. I know Garrett Wilson does have some really, really shitty matchups over the next couple weeks, but man, can you get back a second player with Nico? Shane said for context, my starting wide receivers are Jamar and Devonta. I mean, that's not I mean, you know, you don't really got Devonta right now. Big Bando said, we think Kelsey breaks out this week. I'm not going to bet any money on it, but I think so because the Chargers, they've been pretty decent at giving up points to the tight end, and there's no Derwin James. Derwin James is the guy who usually holds Kelsey a little bit in check if they have him, just following him around, and he's not there this week. He got suspended. So that's one reason why I do like Kelsey this week. And like I said, I ain't betting on it, though. Tomas, que paso, man, que paso. And shout out to Panama. He said, don't want to play Waddle. My other options are Rico, Braylon Allen, Watson. Should I play Waddle? I might play Rico. In this matchup because Giants have been pretty booty against defending the run. Only tight end that was doing good was Kittle, and he got hurt. I know, such bullshit, man. Tucker 1J, I knew you was going to say Rodgers because you snatched him right away from me. Well, it was either going to be him or Kamara, but Stafford's matchup is so shitty this week that I really felt like I needed another QB. That's why. And I didn't want to get like, well, I'm going to grab Caleb Williams from you. Like, fuck no. And let's see. TJ, I would definitely go with that. And trade for Brooks now before he blows up. I mean, yeah. I'm not overpaying for someone who's been sitting on the bench and who has got zero preseason work. Because you guys, whoever trades for him, you're going to start him right away, and he's going to get like 1 point. Then you're going to hate him, and then you're going to be like, man, no, I want to trade Brooks because he sucks. Always happens like that. Trey say, think Jennings is good for this week again. It's a way tougher matchup on paper. But he's not the number one. Ayuk is, and Ayuk's going to get all the attention. So is it a good matchup for him? Yeah, kind of. And do I think he has a week like last week? Like, fuck no. But do I think he get a bunch of volume because the run game is going to suck? Yeah. So I would be okay playing Jennings over a lot of different random, flex players. Yeah. And Tim, what up, bro? Sit one at a JT, ETN, St. Brown. I'll sit. Fuck, man. I mean, JT and ETN both have horrible matchups this week. I think it's too hard to sit JT, so I'll sit ETN. But JT has the worst matchup out of everybody. So if you're just asking me in a nutshell, who would I sit? It'd probably be JT. But I feel like mentally, I would just want to trade ETN, or not trade, but want to sit ETN versus JT. Frank said that makes 100% sense. 100% sense. I was feeling gambly or something. He said, thank you. Husk gonna hold. There we go. Just hold. Does not make, whether you're 3-0 or 0-3, don't make an emotional trade. Okay. That's it. I'm not saying don't trade. Just don't make an emotional trade. That's it. Let's make calculated trades. Hey, Bob Nix in the house. Shout out to Bo Nix's dad. What up, bro? Might say I traded Mahomes for Herbert, Kyren, and Corum last night in the Dynasty League. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, you got to see Herbert, man, he's killing us right now. I mean, so is Mahomes, but Big Ten said even Dulcich in Denver was a decent matchup last week. I think he had 3 drops in that game. Rough. Corbin, start 2 at the flex. Judy, Javante, Roshan, Madison, Leggett. They're all trash. Sorry, Corbin. They're all bad. Roshan and Madison. Hunter said, start Wandale, Brian Thomas, Michael Wilson. I guess Wandale, man. I don't like either one of them. Big Band said, why you say Keenan's out already? You practiced yesterday for the first time in weeks. If you guys don't know, I hate Keenan Allen and all of his injuries. So I didn't say he was out. I said he's probably going to be out. And I wouldn't be banking on Keenan Allen either way. I don't give a fuck if he's been practicing for 3 weeks. I don't want him in there. And Woodrow, what up, bro? He said, man, this guy sent me Kelsey for Ayuk and Hawkinson. And I said, no, did I make a mistake? Hawkinson's still not going to come back for a couple of weeks. And Ayuk, man, what if everybody is just hurt for so much of the year and defenses Ayuk is great when there's 5 other options out there. That's what's crazy is that's what we're learning right now. Ayuk is a motherfucking front runner. If he needs to be the guy, he can't be the guy. He can't get open. He cannot get open. And especially like can't get open in windows where Brock can actually like feed it to him is different. If it was like Aaron Rodgers or, you know, like someone of that status where they could like just fit it into like any hole, big pause. But yeah, Ayuk, man, I don't know. I feel like if I had him, which I do in some spots, I feel like I'm always like disappointed with him this year. So I feel like that's buying low on Kelsey, but Kelsey's been so bad. It's like, fuck, why would anybody want to buy him right now? Jeff said Steelers D or the Chiefs D. Ooh, both insanely great matchups this week. I think right now I'm leaning the Chiefs, and if Herbert doesn't play, I'm leaning the Chiefs even tougher. Big Tons, I did a trade for Moody in Dynasty where I could, because I thought he would be in the bum category at the end of next year. JB, do I trade Josh Allen, Higgins, and Breece Hall for Najee, James Conner, Ayuk, and Stafford? No. That should be reworked all the way around. Shannon, what up? Carr, Jennings, Higgins for Darnold and Drake London. I'm just going to say hold, man. I'm just going to say hold. I don't like that. So you're winning on players, you're losing on players. Like that's the thing that everyone needs to remember with me. Like if you win on a player and lose on a player, like you literally are in the same spot, you know, because you're doing good on one, you're doing bad on the other. So it's like you're literally in the same spot with different players. I want to make calculated trades that improve my team. And Sam Darnold, does he improve over Carr? Maybe. But like Drake London, you know, for Jennings and Higgins, like Higgins really hasn't done much. But if you actually watched last week, he was getting volume. And if a couple balls would have like went his way, like he had a PI in the end, not him, but they had a PI on him in the end zone. There was one where he dropped it in the end zone, but it's because he hit the ground and he couldn't maintain possession. So, I mean, literally just like, you know, a couple things going the different way for him. And I think people would not be hating on Higgins right now, but you had to actually watch the game to like see that though. PJ, what up, bro? Mooney, Jacoby, Judy. Who you benching? Judy. Sal said viewing Jameson Williams as a fringe wide receiver 2-3 rest of the season. How you value him? That's fair. I'd value him like that. He's definitely no wide receiver 1, and he's not a locked and loaded wide receiver 2 every single week. So I'm with you. He's a wide receiver 2 or 3 based on his matchup. This week I have him as a wide receiver 3 because he's going up against the Seahawks, and the Seahawks, I believe, are giving up like bottom 5 points to the wide receivers. So that's why I have him kind of downgraded this week for myself. And Big Ten, yeah. So I need to see the Red Rocket do a bit more. Yeah, I don't want to roll out Leggett yet. I hope though. Flash, $1 million questions. Is A-Chain stay healthy? I mean, come on, bro. Like, you could ask that about every single person in the NFL. And the answer is everybody in the NFL has the same exact chance of getting hurt. And it could literally happen on any play. And the range of outcomes could be extreme. But his body size and structure doesn't scream that he won't get injured. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Elver, Hurts, or Caleb this week? I'm just going to go Hurts. I'm going to go Hurts for now. Jeff, do I drop Demarcus Robinson for Wandale? If you need to play him, yeah, I would, because I don't want to play Demarcus Robinson versus the Bears. Bears are giving up shit points to wide receivers right now. So, yeah, I would cut bait. Big Ten's Caleb has a good matchup. Yeah, he does. It's decent. It's decent. It's not great. Let's actually see. I know the Rams, they are giving up. Man, never mind. I forgot. Kyler went super off on them. It was Goff. Like, that's the person that they held down. Like, fuck. Rams are good. They held down Goff, but that was a revenge narrative as well. But I'm not on Caleb like that. Because Caleb also doesn't run. Hurts is going to run in this game. Now that you know that he's not going to have AJ or fucking Devonta Smith, guaranteed Hurts runs more in this game than any of the 3 games combined. Because you know how I know? Because once Devonta Smith went out, he started running like crazy. And even the last game that they were in, he ran more than any other game in the early part of this season. Shannon, I already answered this question. Did you hear it? Did you hear my answer? Because I answered it earlier. 40 people in this bitch hit the like button. You damn right, Wes. Why aren't people hitting the like button? Let me see. Let's see. 18. That's it. 18 likes. Fix it right now. Smash that like button. It's free to hit the like button. It's fucking free. PJ said, which shitty tight end you like as Kittle insurance this week? Jonnu, Otten, Chig, Akins. Jonnu's a horrible matchup. Fuck, man. You know what? I'm gonna say Otten. It's a horrible matchup, but it's gonna come down to Mike Evans and Godwin. Like, if they don't play at all, like, fuck, who the fuck are they gonna throw it to? Like, out there. So I feel like if those two don't play, or one of the two doesn't play, I bet you that Otten could get us like 5 receptions and like 40 or 50 yards. And that could legit be a tight end 1 performance. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. And TJ gave up stacking Christian Kirk for Brooks. What do you mean? Like, you traded them one for the other? Outer Horizons, Singletary monster week loading. I mean, it's a great matchup. It's a great matchup, but it's also a Thursday night game, man. Thursday night games get fluky. Wes said, do you like Carson Steele over Mason this week? I'm gonna say yeah. But you know, it is coming on a fine line of kind of getting a little cute, starting Carson Steele over Mason. But without all those weapons, like if Kittle doesn't play, that's like another blocker that they don't have. It's another weapon that the team doesn't have to account for. If it's literally Ayuk and Mason, and that's like it, those guys are gonna, I mean, you know, I'm not counting Jennings like in there. I'm talking, you know, the guys who the teams like would really key in on. Those guys probably aren't gonna do much. Like, probably not. Shout out to our man Toker1J. Thanks for throwing in the super chat, homie. It is much appreciated. I'm gonna pack a bowl, and I'm trying to get to the end of these questions real quick. Shout out to our man Rush Lord, who just hopped in the chat. And see, stranger knows, always be trading for Kelsey. We haven't shouted that out that much this year because he has not been doing good at all. And hey, shout out to Corey. What up, bro? Says start 2 at a Worthy, Brian Thomas, Tolbert, Wandale. Fuck, man, it's horrible. I'll go Wandale and Worthy. John, what up? I'm in a 2 QB league. PPR, have to start 2 at Richardson, Williams, and Levi's. Oh. Ouch. And let me know that you're still there, John, and you heard this. I'll start Williams, and I will start Richardson and hope that he fucking runs. And hope that he fucking runs. But let me know that you're still here and that you heard this, John, because I know this is like almost 10 minutes ago you left this. I'm trying to catch up real quick. What up, Frank? Josh Jacobs easily over BTJ, right? Fuck yeah. And Shannon, did you hear my question? I already answered it like a while ago. Like, did you hear the question? This is the 3rd time I've read it, and I answered it and still haven't heard from you. Corbin said, you need the trash. Said, yeah. All trash. I need Debo back. Fuck, man. All right. John said he heard. Thanks. Okay. Make sure you come back. Lots of peeps, fantasy people, they play in those single QB leagues, and that's it. You get all the super flex knowledge here. It says subscribe too, bro. You the man. I'll be your biggest fantasy resource this year, hands down. I go live every single morning, and most evenings I'm going live as well. And what up, Crispy? What's going down? Papa J, what up? Says smash that like button. Show some love. Hit that like button, guys. It's free to hit the like button, and I'm going to answer your questions, okay? If you're waiting until after I answer the question, that's fine. Just make sure you hang around long enough to get the answer, because we got a few comments in here. And let's see. And top of the morning, Papa J. RCP, do I trade Chase and Kyren for Amon Ra and Rasheed? I mean, I guess like I don't like trades like this because it's a 2-for-2 trade that's very fucking even. Like, I don't want to trade Amon-Ra for Chase. I want to get them both on my team somehow. And it may be impossible, but I don't want to trade one for the other just because Chase had a good game when he played like the best team to stream a wide receiver against. And what up, Jake? He said, hey, Huss, I got James Conner, Aaron Jones, Gibbs, Zach Moss. Allen, you think I should upgrade from Connor? I want K9. Only needs a wide receiver. Thinking about trading Scary Terry, maybe Zach Moss for him. I mean, if you could trade Scary Terry for Ken Walker right now, especially after Scary Terry's like decent-ish game, just try that. Like, try for a 1-for-1 trade and see if like you guys legit can help each other out with a 1-for-1 trade. Shout out again to Rush Lord, Moneyline Mills. What up, bro? Pod Son, Dowdle tonight or Michael Wilson. It's an amazing matchup for Michael Wilson, but I'm just gonna go Dowdle. It's a really good matchup for Dowdle as well. And Armed Apex said, I'm late. Salute. Let's get it. Better late than never, my brother. And Bob said the price. Nice. The Price is Right soundbite. Yep. And let's see. Elver, start 2. Sutton, Tank Dell, Adunze, McLaurin. Adunze, assuming Keenan Allen doesn't play. If Keenan Allen plays, that may muddy the waters a little bit. I'll go with Adunze and McLaurin as of right now. And remember, public service announcement. Do not take a Thursday answer as a final answer. Shit changes every single day, and I'm literally here every day. So come back in. I may give you shit for asking me the same question, 2 days in a row. But it's all part of the fun, man. If I talk shit to you about your team, just don't take it personally. It's me just having fun, so for all the new people out there who may not, get like the shtick of the show and me kind of like, poking fun, just it's all part of the show. Just remember, I want everybody to win. That's what it's all about, getting these dubs and making this money, because I'm assuming that everybody in here is playing in money leagues and we got some money to make. And Pod Son, Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram if he plays. And I would really try to get another like tight end besides Hunter Henry. And Frank said, this man grinds. Sub for the great free advice. Hell yeah. And then if you guys want to show some love, because I am here grinding for you guys every single day, hit that $sign at the bottom like our man Toker1 Jay did. Show some love to the show, because I have no corporate sponsorship, guys. Like, that's what you guys need to remember. There's a lot of people, when you see the NFL people or the CBS people or whatever, when they're live on there, someone is paying them to do that job. I'm actually building up a business and like grinding, doing it myself versus trying to piggyback, off of someone else's shit or anything like that. And yeah, so just remember that, guys. Like, when you guys show some love and you hit the $sign at the bottom, you're supporting a small business who's trying to make it in this world. I'm a one-man band, and we're going hard. What up, Watt? Said, I know Hubbard was considered trash last week. I still started him. I mean, it was a good start for you in a horrible situation to start him, and it ended up working out. So I hope you won because of it. Props to you, bro. So what do you think about him this week? I think that I'm a little bit nervous about him this week because I don't want to chase points. I really, and the Bengals, they're like middle of the road in giving up points to the running backs. So it's not a horrible matchup, but he's like a flex-ish guy to me. So like last week, I was like, fuck no, man. Like, let's see him have a good game first, and then we'll consider him. Now he's in consideration if you have issues at your flex. That I will say. And Officer Ron said, now he's offering Neighbors and Gibbs for Tyreek. See how you say no and the offers get better? That's why I always tell people to say no. Because like if it's an even trade and you say no and the person really wants them, shit starts getting better. Like, here's what I mean. It comes in a fine line of getting greedy. Okay? Comes in a fine line of like getting greedy and like trying to get max value for your player. People know that Tua's coming back. You've had what? One game? Like we're missing Tua for at least 3 more games. I try to get one more player, man. Like, I know it might be a little bit greedy, and Neighbors and Gibbs, like, that's decent. But also, Gibbs is not doing what we thought he was going to do. Gibbs is not outproducing his ADP right now. Not even close. Montgomery is the one who's outproducing his ADP. That's why this dude would even throw Gibbs in the mix. And Neighbors, he's hot right now. He is hot right now. Has a bad matchup this week versus Trey Diggs, and his quarterback fucking sucks. So I would counter, get him to throw in another player. I'm not saying go after like his best player, but like you're 0-3. So that means you need to make a move to build out the depth of your team. Before you hit accept, though, okay? And make sure throw in a comment so I know that you hear me on this part, Ron. Throw it in now so I know that you're listening to this whole point that I'm about to make. When you are 0-3, okay, it could be time to panic. But what you need to do right now, you need to see if your 0-3 is fugazi or not. Go in, look at the points for, see where you are amongst that. If you scored close to the top of your league in points, but your points against are like, top, you're playing like the worst type of schedule, like go and look at that. If your points against are like highest in the league, you've just had bad luck the first couple weeks, assuming that your team is doing decent and you just had like a bad schedule. Okay, so just remember that. Like, don't make a trade before you do that part of the research for yourself. And once you do that, you still want to make the trade, go add another person, go add another person and see if you could turn in Tyreek into 3 starters. And then that's fucking money in the bank. And people should have to pay for a guy like Tyreek because once Tua comes back, he could be the number 1 player in the league moving forward. But you need to make a move now. So I totally understand. But we don't trade low. Like, we don't trade guys like Tyreek for nothing. We hold because his value is going to be returning to form in a couple weeks. And Noah Brown, do I sit Mark Andrews for Conklin? I would. And yes, man, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Mark Andrews sucks right now. Drew, what up? What up? Pod Sun said Andy Dalton or INT Richardson. I'll go Dalton. Richardson has a horrible matchup versus the Steelers. PJ, you think the Cowboys are going to totally abandon the run or maybe just abandon Zeke? I mean, if we're going off of the last couple games where they did really, really bad, I mean, every team who's losing and getting their shit pushed in, they always abandon the run. So I don't know what it is with the Cowboys. They're not striking first. Like, I don't know what it is. Jaws, he said the shtick of the show, not the tie shtick. Let's get, yeah, man, that stuff is tied to a stick, man. Jordan Mason or Rashad White, fuck. Bucky Irving, questionable. I mean, questionable on Wednesdays mean nothing. Like, let's just remember that, guys. Questionables on Wednesday mean almost nothing. Thursday, Friday, he gets a questionable. Then, we're like, maybe Rashad White's going to get 100% of the work. Outside of that, I don't know. Bucky Irving's really not injured right now. It is fucking hot in here right now. Give me 1 sec. I got to turn the air down in here, and I'll be back in like 2 seconds. No, I guess you didn't. Okay. And JPZ says, shoot me any more squares available for tonight. Yes, sir. Let me do that right now so I don't forget. Because the squares, as you guys know, really big part of everything that we're building here. Very fun games and experiences for people. And sent it to JPZ right now. All right. Let's see. So that's for the awesome jam. Let's get one more jam going. And I mean, this is one of my favorite. The thing with Richardson is if he gets in trouble, he could run. Toker once. Let's grow together. Let's get it. I love you, Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Yeah, time for a dab hit off the pen. Let's get it. Let's get another one. And Spencer. Should I bench Tyreek Hill for Amari Cooper Ridley? Like either one of them? If I had to choose, I would choose for Amari Cooper in his revenge narrative versus a pretty shitty defense. Marty, what's the best way to clean the flour mill grinder? Mine's caked up. Hot water, alcohol, and salt. That's it right there, man. Hot water first. Just run it through like scalding hot water, like if you can. And then fucking throw some salt up in that biatch. Make sure it's the 91% alcohol. And you may have to rinse and repeat a few times, but that'll help you get there. The scalding hot water is like one of the biggest parts of all of that. But yep, you'll be able to clean it up real nice. Once it dries out, just make sure you re-rinse it. So there's no alcohol, residue like left back in there. Let it dry and boom, you're all good in the hood. Time to pack up some graham cracker. Let's go. Abraham said, sucks. I'm always working during the show. Well, I have multiple shows, right? Like I do the shows in the evening as well. But in the mornings, yeah, I mean, we're here doing the morning show for sure. Hopefully some people are, they're driving with us on the way to work. Hopefully some people, you just keep the earbud in, and you're just listening while you're at work. That's what I used to do when I was working. I'd be listening to podcasts and shit all the time versus doing work. And Tim C, what up, bro? London, DJ Moore, Mason, need one. I'll go DJ Moore in this very specific matchup. Pods with Noah Fant or Hunter Henry. Oh my gosh. I mean, Hunter Henry only plays like the toughest team to like deploy a tight end against. And I mean, dude, Noah Fant is fucking Noah Fant. I guess Hunter Henry, and you just like hope for the volume, but it's gonna be bad, man. He plays San Fran. Tucker and Jay, I'm on the old school smoke as we speak. Let's get it. Why? You're right. Vinegar does clean everything. And Noah said 8-man league. You starting Olave or Aaron Jones? I'm starting Aaron Jones in a revenge narrative versus a team that's been pretty bad defending the run in 2 out of the 3 games. Podson Taysom Hill. I guess I'm still going Hunter Henry. I mean, we don't even know if Taysom Hill's playing. Armed Apex, would you put Stafford, Watson, or Carr? Probably Carr. I mean, Watson's got the easiest matchup, but none of us trust him right now. He's screwing everybody left and right. That's all he's doing. And Jay says, for the awesome jam, appreciate you again, homie. Strange said, this is the 4th time Dalton has played the Bengals. Is it a revenge narrative until he retires? Yes, every time. It doesn't matter if he played for the fucking Bengals for like 3 games. It's like it's always something we're trying to get behind as a good revenge narrative. Sometimes it brings out the best in people. And Papa J said, if Kamara sits out, I mean, let's chill with the Kamara sitting out on Wednesday because like it could have been a rest day for him. So come Friday, if Kamara does not practice, then I'll considering starting Taysom Hill, but he would still not be the running back. Like it would be Jamal and who's the other guy? Mitchell over there. Like that's who it would be. Podson, you say YouTube takes half. That's almost as bad as Uber. I mean, but at least here, I'm not driving around anywhere. I'm smoking. I mean, yeah, I'm using electricity and like I pay for the service that I guess that's another thing. I think that a lot of people think that there are a lot of people who it takes them like literally $0 to produce a show, but not the way that I do it. Like I mean, man, just my internet alone is $200 like a month. The service that I'm actually streaming on, because I'm streaming on like 8 places like at once, this shit's like $1,000 a year. These motherfuckers just like doubled the price and like bumped it up. So that's when I say show some love. It's because yeah, man, this shit's expensive to produce a good show. And I could be like a lot of these clowns who they only answer questions when you super chat, and like, it'd probably lead to more people super chatting, but I really feel like I'm not like one of those guys. And I don't expect people to like do anything. And that's why it's always appreciated like way more, because I'm not expecting it. I know it's taboo to like pay people for fantasy advice, but I'm living off of it right now. Somehow, some way, living off of it now. All right, and Toker 1J. Getting the footer updated here. All right. And fuck, I always forget to charge my mouse. Anybody else have those problems? I always fucking forget to charge my mouse. And it's like during the show. It's like, please connect your mouse to the USB very soon. Motherfucker. And yeah, for everybody at FF Hustler 420, that's pretty much my handle, like everywhere. So yeah, at FF Hustler 420, pretty much anywhere. And then if you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, that literally links you to everywhere that I have. Anywhere that's important that that I would want people to follow me at is all at fantasyfootballhustler.com on my link website. And yeah, go check it out. Go subscribe everywhere. You guys will enjoy, can guarantee. All right, and let's see, how many likes are we up to now? Let me refresh. Let's refresh. We need some more likes. It's funny, there's someone who hit the dislike. I wonder who that was. Hater. Someone's drinking the haterade. Who was it? Who's drinking the haterade out there? Did I not answer your question fast enough? Right? Back 9, Ronnie. Bong rips at 100%. Mouse at 0%. Man. All right, let me see. Where did I leave off at? Fucking Frank. Classic, man. Classic. Strand said Dalton is the grilled cheese sandwich of QBs. He's okay, but they're so much better. For sure. He's like 32 of 32. Right? Well, no. He's like 29 of 32, maybe. Also feel like he gives up on plays he shouldn't, like throwing it away fourth at the end of the game. Yeah. A lot of times we don't care about that if he did good throughout the other times. And let's see. The Grand Canyon strain is great. Nice. It's technically an indica. Sweet. And it comes with a shot of energy. Cool. Pareco. Ooh, maybe. Back 9, Ronnie. If you could flex one, Diggs, Olave, Dobbins, Singletary, Addison, Jameson, Williams, it'd be Diggs, baby. He said that. King D said that rush is funny as fuck. Hell yeah. Drew said, should I trade away Zach Moss for Pat Mahomes? I'm pretty weak at RB and QB. If you can get Patrick Mahomes back, I'd do it. But yeah, just like Frank said, who the fuck would accept that though? PJ said, I'm going to go on a limb and say the Husk Grinder cleaning tips are even better than the fantasy tips. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm 100% when giving 420 cleaning tips. Not always 100% at the fantasy advice. I don't think it's impossible. I don't have any other running backs. Oh man. Well, that's tough, man. That's tough. Either way, I still feel like I'd do it. Austin, bro, what happened, man, on Patreon, man? I always find, man, what happened? What happened, man? You were on like the special plan that nobody will ever get again. Never. Why'd you change it? Why'd you change it? And I was a little surprised when I saw that, bro. And I said, who wins? Full PPR, Rice, Henry, or Cook Cup Monty? Well, even if you're coming back, you can't get on the plan that you were on. That was why you can't get on the plan that you were on. But that sucks that your card was hacked. Fuck, whole bank account got shut down. Fuck. Sorry, dude. I didn't even know what's going on, so that sucks. So here, this trade, to me, I feel like I wouldn't want to make it because it's like, unless your team's like not doing that good and you like need this extra player, like you're trading away 2 guys who I just think like just kill it for such a long time. And even though you would be trading for like 3 more players, who might be killing it, I mean, it's still just like Rice is the best player as of right now in this whole deal. And Henry, I would say by the end of the season, I bet he has more points than Cook and Monty. It's like, that's why I don't like it. I feel like you're trading the two better players in this whole like thing. Oh, you'd be getting Rice and Henry. Okay. Well, I do like that. As long as you have the depth to cover losing the extra person. The part that I don't like about it is giving up Cup. But if you need the extra running back help, if you have the extra running back help to where just Henry can hold it down for you. But that's my thoughts on that trade. And for getting Rice and Henry, yeah, I like that, man. I like that. And Frank Moss is like the fourth worst starting running back in the league. Yeah. He's been bad. He's been bad so far. I mean, just way underproducing. How about that? Because he's not been horrible, but it's like from what we expected, we expected a little bit more. Frank said, with that said, would you drop Sam Darnold for Javonte? Nah, man, Javonte is kind of ass, man. They're not kind of like it's the whole fucking Broncos, man. They're just ass right now. I mean, well, last week they were great, but it's like, I don't know, like how many games are we going to see like that from them? I think that was like totally fugazi. PJ, let me pull up my news sources. No, PJ. No. You're the man, Austin. Appreciate you, my dude. And Crispy said probably that dude that threw a baby fit yesterday. Man, everybody want to hear some bullshit that I deal with as being a commissioner? Get ready for this. So last night, this one guy messages me and he has screenshots. He's like, dude, I sent this guy some trades and like, look at his responses, man. Totally uncalled for. And, he called him everything except a son of God, like just talking mad shit. And so I messaged the person on Facebook and I'm like, dude, PJ said, no, I'm just asking. No, they did not. Everybody hang out. It's story time for a quick second while I hit this bowl. Then we'll get to everyone's questions. So I reach out to the dude and I'm like, man, come on. And I've messaged him on Facebook and stuff before. I was like, bro, what the hell's going on? I was like, you couldn't just decline. Like, why'd you have to like talk so much shit and like keep going and like, take so many personal shots and like shit like that? I was like, you couldn't just decline the trade. He's like, man, he kept sending me trades. And I was like, bro, like if it's that big of a deal, why don't you just block them? And he was like, you know what, man, like fuck your leagues. Like, I'm just going to leave all your leagues anyways. I don't even have time for them. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck did this come out of? And I legit feel this guy has an extra chromosome because he's been a fucking idiot ever since he's been in the leagues. And just such bullshit. And then, okay, so he quits like 9 leagues. I fill them all. I fill them all right away. Very easy to fill leagues that have already been paid for. Trust me. Very easy with the type of people that I know. Now, I messaged the dude last night and the other person, like the person who like came to me with this issue. And because like the dude who left and quit, he was like, man, look at how many bullshit trades this guy sent me. And it was like, after he'd already talked shit to me and he sent him a shitload of random trades and like a lot of bullshit. And so like I messaged the guy back and I was like, hey man, the guy's out of the leagues. He's not going to be a problem anymore. I was like, I got a question for you. I'm just curious. How many trade offers did you send that guy? And then I wake up to a text from him like, bro, if the rules aren't followed, I'm just going to quit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, bro, why the fuck are you coming at me like this when I fixed a problem? And I was like, shouldn't your response have been like, thank you that he's not in the league? Like, why are you even coming at me threatening to leave the league? I was like, if you want to leave the league, leave. And you are not getting a refund like you just tried to demand right now. But I was like, I fixed an issue that you fucking created. And like, now you're going to try to bitch at me? What the fuck? And Like, I pretty much told the guy, like, it went on for so long. I'm like, dude, don't fucking message me anymore, or I'm legit gonna block you. The only way that I want to communicate with you is in the fantasy chat, because you would not act like this if other people are reading the shit that you're fucking saying. So do not message me directly, or I'm gonna block you, and communicate only in the fantasy chat with me, please and thank you. I said, I'm asking nice. And then this guy goes in the chat and like starts acting like an ass, and pretty much told the chat, this guy created a fucking problem, and then came and snitched to me about the reaction from the problem that he fucking created. So I said, if there's anybody else in the league where he just starts trying to cause drama with you for no reason, let me know, because that shit's just not going to be tolerated if there's people trying to troll others to try to get a response out of them. Because even like, I was like, there was at one point I was like, dude, why are you talking to me like an asshole, dude? And he was like, oh, don't curse at me. And I was like, bro, you came at me sideways a long time ago. You can't handle this. You better learn how to talk to people, because you were blunt and now I'm being extra blunt. And man, and that's what I was dealing with from last night to this morning. Fucking stupid people, man, I tell you. And that's why I won't commission dynasty leagues for free, because if I have to deal with shit like that, I better be making at least a couple bucks off of it. That is why that's why I do not commission leagues for free anymore. And that's why so many leagues just dismantle, because it's real easy for people to get pissed. And like, I was super close to like just like, I don't like kicking people out of leagues. I want them to leave. Like, if you have a problem and you want to leave, go ahead and leave, but you're not going to fucking blame it on me that you wanted to quit and that you quit the league. Like, you're not going to blame that like on me or whatever. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of kicking you out so you can like hold that against me or something. But yeah, so that's what I was dealing with, man. It's fucking dumbass people. And Andrew said, Dell, Josh Allen, ETN for JJ, AR, Rashad Wyatt. It's ugly, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. And look at that weirdo who just came in. I'm gonna smoke this one for the hater who just came in. I wonder if that's the dude who, because I don't know his real name. I wonder if that's the dude who caused all the drama in the league. And Corey said Leggett or Brian Thomas. Neither. I guess I'll say Brian Thomas, because at least he probably won't be getting covered by what's his name, by Stingley. It's gonna be Kirk, who's probably covered by him a lot. So that's kind of the only reason why I it is him. And said you demanded him that you demanded to say thank you. No, I actually said, if you were I actually said, why are you coming at me like an asshole instead of saying thank you for fixing an issue that you created? That's what I said, if you want to get very specific. So yeah, you should have said thank you, because I fixed a problem that your troll ass created. And you don't got to block him. We can leave. We can see what he says. We can see what he says. But see, that's funny. See, no power whatsoever. No power whatsoever. And guys like that want the power. They get off on it somehow. Usually they're a cuck, like in real life. Usually they're a cuck in real life. Like, that's usually what it is. Working some shit job in some shit relationship where you're just getting talked shit to by your partner. Have kids who probably don't respect you. Like, I know a lot of people like that. And like, those guys are the ones who are like the trolls in fantasy football chats. Always. Always. Someone who's happy in life does not act like Jake, like fucking Jake the Snake acts like. And I hope that me calling you out to my community here makes you quit, because you were the one who threatened to quit. And good riddance. You need to quit. Get the fuck out of here. And we already said that. Hey, I am your, what up? And he said, Thursday night football. Let's fucking go. Let's go. King D. I got the triple F. Should I pick up a better tight end off waivers? Hunter Henry, Gesicki, Parkinson, Schultz, Cotton, all available. Otten. It'd be between Otten and Gesicki right now, and I think I'd be leaning Gesicki if what's their names? If Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, if they don't play, I mean, it's like, who else are they gonna throw to besides Otten? And then maybe I'll play him. But yeah, I want to I really want to play Gesicki out of those guys. Yeah. Moran, what up? Who wins? Full PPR. Tyreek and Pollard, Godwin and Mixon. I feel you both win and you both lose at the same time. I feel like I'd rather have the Godwin Mixon side because I like both of those players better. But once Tua comes back, I mean, Tyreek's the best, right? Freiermuth. Okay, that's who it is. The triple F. Okay. Noah. Manuel Wilson, Cam Akers, Samaji. Cam Akers, assuming that Jay doesn't, what's his name, don't play. And let's see, what song did Jay put in here? Purple Haze. We'll try this. A lot of Jimmy music gets hated on. Not hated, like hated on by YouTube because it's all super copywritten. So we'll try it. And hopefully Bob said, get him, Alex. I know, Andres. No, it's like you see me. I'm not getting frustrated. It's more just we get to talk shit to people who deserve to be talked shit to, because I feel like a lot of these spoiled fucking brats, you know, and they like guys who troll and then try to like snitch on people for responding. Like, do you remember growing up when you were younger? And like, did you ever try to get anyone in trouble? Like, no. Like, it was like we were going to punch each other. We were going to push each other. And if you went and told, you were going to get punched and pushed by more people at once, because like, that's the way it was. And like now this fucking social media, you know, troll culture. Come on, man. I mean, especially like right now, like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and like talk shit about people for like hours and hours, but I love talking shit about people, you know, and especially if people are going to try to troll me and I get to call a spade, man, come on. I'm going to do it. Let's make everybody laugh. Stranger said this guy sounds like a real Tony.
Man, fuck Tony.
And then he just started sending them like all types of like trollish trades. Like, I don't even understand like that, but that's like someone who has way too much time on their hands, though. Way too much time on their hands. I never gave someone a timeout. I didn't know it would delete his message. Just thought it would take him to wait a sec before going any harder. You're good, man. You're good. You do what you need to do, man. That's why I got you guys in there. You know, anyone ever acts like a bitch in the chat, you guys got free reign. That's why you guys are there. Then it saves me from having to do it. And that was funny, Stranger. He is a real Tony.
Man, fuck Tony.
Like, you know how we got the Karens around here. Now we just got the Tonys.
Man, fuck Tony.
And said, yeah, I'm playing in 2 leagues, 1 IDP, 1 team. We switched 1 league when I think the Patriots are scoring like 20 points a game. Yeah, see? Like, fuck team defense, man. Moneyline Mills, I'm not a shit talker. I don't know 90% of the people in my leagues. I just be chilling. And in this league specifically that he's in, I think he knows like 3 or 4 people because someone invited him to it. It wasn't someone who like found me like on Facebook. Because most of the people who get into leagues with me, it's like they find me on Facebook in that huge ass group, you know, with like 100,000 people. This dude got invited by somebody. This is why I hate. This is why I really hate like people just inviting random people, because like I feel like even if I like talk to someone on Facebook, even for like a handful of messages, you know, I can somewhat gauge their personality a little bit. And but like, I don't know, man. This guy was just a special character. So I can't believe the shit you have to deal with, these grown ass men. I mean, that's what it is too. Like I had to feel like I was a vice principal fucking last night, dealing with 2 fucking kids who are like getting into fucking bathroom fight, and then one of them fucking comes to me crying, and he's the one who started the fight. Like that's what's dumb, is like that's what I really hate. Like especially now being a dad, like I see it, like I witness it, like even in Noble's practice, like the other day, like there's this one kid that was fucking with Noble and antagonizing him. Then Noble starts going, trying to push him and shit like that. And then the fucking kid tells his dad, who's like the coach, and he was like, Noble. And I was like, hey, your son was antagonizing him for 10 minutes before he did that. And then he like really reamed into his son because he knew it was probably true. And like, so like, like let kids be kids, man. But like, don't be the one to go fucking snitch when you're starting shit. Like, that's what I hate. Like, man, like it's different if you're not doing anything to anybody, you know, and like all this shit is random. And then you go, you know, tell someone about it. Cause you know, like we're grown adults, man. Like I say snitching just cause like telling on someone. But if like you're the one creating drama and then you go snitch, like that's, you know, that's just a weird type of person, man. That's just a weird type of person to me. And Rush Sword said, wow, does it happen? Does it happen at night? He said our daytime show is pretty chill. I don't see a trouble in here. Well, no, this was in a league. This wasn't when I was live. Yeah, this was after the fact. When Jeff invites someone that goes off because it wasn't you, call him out. Already causing problems. Yeah. I wouldn't do that too. Yeah, and seeing like it is what it is. This guy was just a real weirdo, like after the fact. He said, oh, ignore me. Yeah, it wasn't live. This was I was just giving you know, nighttime story from last night, like things that I, you know, the random things that I deal with being a commissioner. And you know what? This totally just gave me an idea. Like I should really have like commissioner time where it's like it's a video where I literally talk about the random shit that like happens in all these leagues. Like, do you guys think that would be good content? You know, I wouldn't name anybody or anything like that. You know, wouldn't be me calling people out, but it would be me talking about these experiences just like I did. Mm-hmm. Rusher said, oh no, I was a commissioner for 10 years, never again. I mean, and that's why like I do it as a part of my business where I make money off of it, because nobody wants to do this for free. Nobody wants to have to deal with grown men like crying about shit like for free. So that's why I make it a part of my business. And it's cool that like if anybody, you know, turns into an ass and you know, they just quit and they think, oh, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to screw over your league. Like that guy who quit 9 leagues. It took me longer to take the screenshots of his teams than it took me to fill the teams. Like that just shows you how easily someone could be replaced. It took me probably 10 times longer to take the screenshots and label it with the league number than it took to actually replace 9 leagues with me only making 1 post in 1 place. Crispy said, geez, I would have quit a long time ago for all the shit trades I received from Big Tons if I had that attitude. For sure, man. For sure. And hell yeah, PJ. Hell yeah. Hey, what up, Jason? What up, bro? And Tucker One J said, yeah, being a commish for so many people gets hella stressed. Yeah, and that's why I smoke a lot of weed, man. Like, that's what it comes down to. Just dealing with people in general. Like, that's really what it is. And, like, I feel like for a lot of what I do is, like, customer service. Like, I really feel that. But I've worked in, like, the customer service industry for, like, 20 years, damn near. Like, from grocery stores to fucking... and Vaughn's takes customer service very, very seriously. Like they fucking send you to fucking pay you to go to classes to fucking be good at customer service. Oh man, look at Jake over there, man. He must have a sad life, man. I feel sorry for you, bro. I feel sorry for you. Jason said, do I trade Amon for Gibbs and Kenneth? Kenneth Murray? Which Kenneth? And yeah, I know IDP. I hate Kenneth Murray. For Ken Walker, right? So like, I guess I'm confused about this because like, actually, you know, Amon for Gibbs and Ken. Okay. Man. Like, it sucks that, like, you know, to do this trade, you have to trade away probably your best wide receiver. And that's kind of why I don't like it. Like, if I'm going to trade away Amon Ra, like, man, I want like 3 or 4 players, like, from him. And that they're not all going to be top tier, but like, look at guys like Gibbs and Ken Walker, like just those two in a nutshell, they are not outproducing their ADP, like not at all. So that's what makes me want the cause to pause, you know, with this. Rush said it was a friends and family league. I did it for nothing. And it still squabbles. Yeah, that's why home leagues are the worst. Home leagues are the worst because people expect you to just do shit, even though you're making no money. You're putting in more effort than everybody else. When I was the commissioner, you know, you're doing all the planning of the draft and all that. And if you're the one putting it on, you're the one having to, you know, throw money at expenses or whatever that is. And Podson, this is why you always tip your commish at the end of the season, especially if you win. I mean, that it's nice, but like the amount of people who tip their commish at the end of the year is probably like 0.001%. You know, like it's nice when people do that, and I'm super appreciative. Anybody who gives me any tips after they win at the end of the year, but it doesn't happen. Like, I mean, it's awesome for people like you who do it. And I hope that people like you win more, you know, because that's just good fucking karma, man. You deserve to win more by having good karma, you know? But yeah, like that is so far from like the normal what happens. Like when people win, like it's funny because, you know, just when certain people win, they don't even say anything. They just like, they know you're going to get a message. They know you're going to fucking pay them. And like, but then you have some people who they probably never won before. And they're messaging me before the fucking games on Monday Night Football are even done. And they're like, hey, bro, you able to send the money today? Like, the games aren't even over yet. You know, stat corrections are a thing. And yeah, you'll if you win when it's all said and done, you will get your money. Don't worry. But yeah, we wait a couple days for stat corrections, and everybody, you know, will be paid within a week or two. And I hope that's okay with you. And most people, they hear that. Okay, yeah, sure. It's those fucking weirdos. Like, no, bro, I'd like need it right now. Like, I got rent to pay. Like, just some random shit like that. Like, man, those people are the worst. And it's probably because those people don't win. Like, that's usually what it is. And Josh said, trade Dell for Wandale. I mean, it's just trading one issue for another, like right now. And I would probably just say no, just like rework it. If you just, I mean, it's a sidestep and kind of a bad one at the time because Wandale is probably not going to be good till Tua gets back. So you're just going to have to weather this storm anyways. But I know Dell, like neither one of them have been good enough to start if we're just judging them off of like week 3. Jason said I have Ayuk, Waddle, and Evans as wide receiver. I mean, yeah, but like when you take Amon Ra away from that, you're like, you only like, that's the thing. It's like you're saying like I have, like when I read this, it's like strong. I have Ayuk and Waddle and Evans. And like, but when I read that, I'm like, but you don't have Amon Ra. It's like you only have Ayuk and Waddle and Evans now, you know, and that's not good. That's not good. Amon's what makes those guys better. Corey said Tolbert or Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas, I guess. I'm nervous about both of them. PJ said Commission Baseball League. It would be nice to get a tip for the league to spring for you to take your lady out to dinner. Yeah, like, I mean, literally could be anything. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's like people are like, I don't know what it is about just like the fantasy community in general, because like if you sidestep to the betting community realizes karma is real. Like there's people who I don't even have to ask for a tip. If they win the squares, they hit for 100, 200. Like, hey, keep $5 for yourself, like without me even asking. Sometimes I'll ask people because I know that some people like they'll do it if you ask, you know, just like at the what's it called? The you know, just at the little terminal, you know, just asking for a tip. And I just always say, and if you'd like to leave me a tip for hosting, it's much appreciated, but you don't have to. And let me know if you want to use any of these winnings on the next squares, you know, coming up. There's so many people who, even if it's $1 or $2, like who doesn't like getting tipped, you know, especially when they're, you know, running some kind of service that you ended up winning money on, you know. And but yeah, like so weird, man. There's just certain people have certain like mentalities. And Money Lane Mills, I know you know some of those weird people out there, like the people who like the gamblers who don't want anybody to make money, and then the gamblers who are like all about karma. And like if they win, you know, they're making sure throw some bucks into somebody's pocket because they want the karma to keep coming because they know that money is going to keep coming and flowing. Toker One Jace, I've never been tipped. I mean, that's going to be the story of 99.99% of commissioners is that they're doing it for free and they're not getting tipped at all. And Money Main said, last year was my first year playing fantasy football. I hit 3rd place, got my refund. I was happy. And that's really what it is, you know, I feel like with most gamblers and, you know, fantasy football, it's a form of gambling. Like, you know, to us, it's like we're gambling with like our emotions and like all that. But you know, if we could get a 4 months worth of entertainment and it ends up costing us $0, you know, like that's like a win. That's a win. If you go into a casino and you play for an hour on craps, blackjack, whatever, and you leave with the exact same amount of money that you came in, like that's a win. And Crispy, he said, here's a tip, get a job, motherfucker. Oh man, that shit's so funny. I've heard that more than a few times since I've become a business owner. I've heard that more than a few times. That I should get a job. Like running a business isn't harder than getting a job. And Jonathan said, would you trade Gibbs and Bowers for JT and Waddle? I said I got McBride already. Bro, what if McBride doesn't play this week because of Elkin Custo? Then you have to go fucking get a waiver wire tight end? That would suck. I would say it's just a bad time to make this trade. Because if McBride doesn't play, you're screwed for week 4 at tight end. Johnny said, I'm lucky I've got a good core of humans. Take up to 80% of, tip up to 80%, or is that what you mean? A few problem guys we've turned into bonding experience for the leagues. For sure. There we go. My Mills, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, and it's just it's different types of personalities. And, you know, the more people I deal with, the more personalities that I see. How about that? Said breaking even, definitely a Vegas win. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I mean, shit. I mean, the first couple times that I went to Vegas, like the very first time that I shot craps in Vegas, this is 2007, literally like the clock just turned 12. We're like smoking up in the room. Clock just turns 12. I'm like, yes, let's go. We're at Circus, 21 years old. I got some fucking deal off of Expedia or, you know, one of those at fucking Circus, not knowing. I mean, back then it wasn't like the shittiest hotel, but it was, you know, definitely always in the hood. And shout out to Slots of Fun. You guys ever go to Circus and fuck with Slots of Fun? It's back then they had $2 crap tables, $2 crap tables. I was sold. I threw down 20. That was it. And man, turned that 20 into 100 in like 2 hours. And I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. I'm never gonna lose in Vegas. Never. And man, like that's how they get you. I don't know how. But yeah, and then the second time I went to Vegas, I remember like we went to Casino Royale. You guys fuck with Casino Royale, another low budget strip casino. They had $5 craps back in the day. $5. And man, I went with my homies. They never played craps before. And I just remember like 2 spots opened up on this table and the table's going crazy. Like people are just going hyped. And like, we play a couple times. I threw down 40. He threw down 20, $5. We're only playing the pass line at this point. I really didn't like know how to even play craps like that much at this point. We're only playing the pass line. And then this dude comes up, hits his numbers back to back. And like, the guy rolls for like 30 minutes, fucking $40. Like my stack is big at this point. I'm way more like I would be as soon as I get it, throw it in my pocket. I get the $40, my original, throwing it in my pocket. Then we're just playing with house money. The next guy who came up and rolled, he rolled for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes or something like that. It was like the most insane, like back-to-back shooters ever in craps. It was fucking awesome. And I turned $40 into $800, and like 2 shooters is mainly what made that $800 happen. Had I known really what I was doing at that time, there was people making thousands of dollars. If I had known now, like if it happened now where that shit happened, I would have made thousands of dollars like off of that. I had no idea what I was even doing back then. And I still think about that. Like, man, that was just one of the craziest experiences like on a craps table ever, with like just 2 back-to-back shooters throwing for more than an hour combined. Like they came and like stopped the game to put chips down twice, once during each shooter. Like it was fucking insane. It was insane. And like, can't get no shit to happen like that anymore. Incognito, what up? He said, would you trade Jamar and Dowdle for Kamara Higgins? No. I'm just gonna keep stopping people from making trades like this, because it's like you win on a player, you lose on a player. What do you really want to improve with your team? Do you want to improve the running backs? Do you want to improve the wide receivers? Because you win and lose on each of a player, like right there. And like the Jamar side, like, yeah, it's pretty much you're getting like you're paying 2 for 1, and like Dowdle's just like a throw in, but Tucker Jay said Christmas team up, find a weed farm so we can pick on halves. Rush Sword, I always left the Vegas trips with empty pockets. Driving out to the airport, said, wow, these pretty hotels didn't build themselves. You right? I remember one time going to one time we were in Vegas, we're at the Bellagio, and like I can't remember who I was with, but they got like all excited when like, because we're playing at the $25 table, and like they had like $100 down, and they hit like like twice in a row or something, just like back-to-back $100 wins. One of them was blackjack, so they got the extra. They were all excited. Woo! The dealer, he was like, oh man, now we're not going to be able to play the fountains because of you tonight. You're breaking us. Vegas wasn't built on the winners, baby. They definitely weren't. The only way you could win in Vegas is if you do real short spurts, like quick hitter and get the fuck out. Because the longer you play, the more you're going to lose, no matter what. No matter what. And Corey said Calvin Austin or Yoshi. I'm on that Calvin side. Dismon on Twitch, what up? Let's see, a Dismon, a new no, what up, Dismon? Start 2 out of Moore, Flowers, and Pollard. Pollard's got an insane matchup. I'm going him and Moore this week. Throw in a comment so I know that you saw that. PJ dudes, I'm a degenerate gambler, and breaking even in Vegas is the worst shit to me if I'm even playing. He said I'm even playing till I lose then. Yeah, breaking even does suck when you feel like if you were up at one point, it's the you just got to be really disciplined to be a gambler. That's really what it is. Imperial Palace, cheapest sleep on the strip. There you go. Wes said, want to see my 8-legger plus 4,800. Throw it in the chat, bro. Throw it in the chat. Opposite, what up? Would you start Dowdle over Waddle? Yeah, because it's really bad. It is really, really bad. Yeah, I would, and it's bad either way. But it's like, man, Waddle's been getting nothing. PJ said Imperial Palace is long gone. Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, there's, so many of these. Shit. Now, so many Flamingos. Wait, is it the Flamingo? No, not the Flamingo, but I mean, multiple casinos are getting torn down now. Multiple. They're gonna like rebuild. What are they? They're like rebuilding the Mirage as the Hard Rock or like something like that. Jonathan 0-3 trying to stay away from Gibbs bye week. Really don't want to start Brian Robinson and Roshan Javante next week. I mean, I feel it, but it's still just one game. Like that. That's another thing too. Tropicana. That's what it was. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I could not. I knew I could search it, but I knew it wasn't the Flamingo, but that was the first thing that came to my head. And yep, it is the Mirage. Yeah, they're closing the the fucking volcano, man. Like, man, that was like epic to I was like epic for their casino. And I guess it cost too much because now they're changing it to the guitar, the Hard Rock guitar. And you know, now they just pay for electricity, and that's it. Not whatever, I don't know, moving pieces make that volcano work. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I feel you, Jonathan. I wouldn't make a trade just based on the 1 week though. Like that's it. I mean, I feel it. You got to win this week. So if it's a trade that helps you win this week, do it. But don't trade Gibbs away for nothing. What up, Vicente? Said, what up? I work on my lunch break watching the live. Let's get it. Thanks for coming through, bro. So I'll send it through Facebook. Watch you on my phone right now. Sounds good. Toker one. What do you think about 250, but in the IDP next year? I'm going to try to start one. Like a $250 league. I mean, if it's that's really what it is. Like the dynasties, I don't really want to start a bunch of expensive dynasties where it's more than 100 like per year, because it's just harder to fill when those end up, you know, when an orphan team ends up coming up, because there's always an orphan team that comes up. Restaurants have pretty much lived in the Mirage all day. When the two guys with the Tigers were showing. Nice. Yeah, Johnny. No. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. That's why I said it right then. Like, no. It's not the Flamingo. I knew I was wrong. Tropicana. That's the one. And I'm pretty sure that's where the new A's stadium is going to be. Like, it's fucking crazy, man. Like, there's going to be a baseball stadium, like, right by the strip. The football stadium is literally right across the street, like, from the strip. And, like, I mean, I know it's, like, right across, like, the freeway. But, like, you can literally walk from, like, they have a fucking, you know, an overpass that you can fucking walk on. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And all the construction that they're doing on the freeway, it's going to be I cannot wait until they're done, because it's like, man, there's going to be way more exits, and it's not only going to be the one crowded fucking exit, you know, per huge ass fucking street. Like, now they're going to have ones where you can get off the freeway from the left or the right side, you know, from the fucking carpool lane and all that. And so, yeah. Freaking Noble. Hard Rock guitar in Fort Lauderdale is super nice, bro. Nice. I mean, from what I've seen, at least they're gonna make. I mean, should be looking really nice. And Corey, I answered this one right, or was it a different one with Calvin Austin? I think I would take the upside of Calvin Austin. Sal said, "Been to Vegas, but I typically go to AC. I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Vegas would be the special treat for anybody who lives in New Jersey, you know, because Atlantic City, I mean, it's smaller. It's like a smaller version of Vegas, right? Like, same shit. And maybe not the same things. Like, now it is what's it called? You know, a little bit more family friendly, a lot more things besides just gambling, you know. Jamie, what up? Salute, homie. And what? He said, my phone isn't giving me notifications for live shows for some reason. Okay. I wonder why. Make sure, get on Patreon, Jamie. Get on Patreon. You can be there for free. Rainy game tonight. Oh, man. That's going to suck. Jamie said, when the hell is Roman Wilson going to start playing? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, fuck, it sucks. Like, he gets hurt in preseason, and now he's just like dealing with it. And yeah, it sucks. It really, really sucks. And Vegas said, Flash said Vegas has hookers legal. The hell with dirty jerseys. No. Vegas. Prostitution is not legal in Vegas. It is legal in a couple states. I mean, a couple cities over, like literally like the next cities. Like once you get out of Clark County, that's where it's like legal. But no, I mean, stuff happens in Vegas, like for sure. But that's why they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? But yeah, it's prostitution is not legal in Vegas. Las Vegas with extra heroin. Tucker and Jay, if I go to Vegas, I'm staying at the casino because I'm fucked. Would have to walk across the street. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's always been the taxis or Ubers. You know, that's how you just get around. Like nobody wants to fucking drive, and like when people come to Vegas for like the very first time and they're like, hey, you want to walk over there? That casino looks real close. Like, it ain't close. It's like 2 miles away. It's hot as fuck out here right now. It's like 120. Wes said, big storm pushing up the East Coast. Oh, man. And Bob, Reno, huh? I had a cousin who lived in Reno way back in the day. I only went there once. I've never went there as an adult. I know Big Tons lives, I think, close to Reno. I don't think he lives in Reno. I think close. No, I say you're starting Juwanna Man Jennings over Ramondre Stevenson this week. I potentially would. He's probably going to get the volume. I need to see the injuries. If Javon Hargrave doesn't play, that makes me like it a little bit more because Javon Hargrave, I mean, that's like the Chris Jones of like the 49ers, you know, the Aaron Donald of the 49ers, where they're just like shutting shit down right up the middle, you know. And Sal said, hey, man, looking for some dynasty trade advice in a super flex league, and my future isn't looking too good. Okay, well, let me give you one of these. Hopefully it makes you laugh. Is trading Lamar and Kirk for Kyler, Coleman, and Charbonnet worth? No. So when I'm trying to figure out like a dynasty trade, first, you got to ask yourself, this is the first question you ask yourself. Are you a contender this year or are you a potential rebuild? Once you figure that out and you're honest with yourself about if you're a rebuild or if you're a contender, then you can make trades accordingly. So answer me that, Sal. Are you a contender? Like even playoff contender? Like, you know, if you're a playoff contender, you could win it all. I won it all from the 6th spot. You know, it could happen. So let's start there. Are you a contender in any way, or is your team a rebuilding team? Let's start there, and we'll kind of go through this this little saga together. Because I see your other question here, and it's like also offered Baker, Rasheed, and a first for the same package. Is that a better deal? Kind of. I mean, but I still don't like the trade all that much. So let's go the way that I'm. I have no idea who this is. Fuck it. If it's important, they'll leave a voicemail. Yeah, no one asked if Wilson's playing. Yeah. Corey said, got to drop one, Leggett or Tolbert. I dropped Tolbert because I want to see what Leggett can actually do with Dalton. Yeah. About for prostitution. Funny. Rush Lord, Casino Royale. Had an outback above it, very hidden. It's still there. Said you could walk right in, get a nice steak with little to no weights. It's still there, bro. It's still there. They don't have the craps though anymore, so I'd never go to Casino Royale anymore. I would only go there for the $5 craps. And like back in the day, Like I would just get a fucking rental car and I would be booking it. If I was drinking, I was going to be in the same spot for a long time anyways. A lot of times I'm just smoking. I'm not worried about being high and driving because like, you know, anything bad happens, you sober up in a quick second, you know, especially with like my kind of tolerance, you know, and this is we're still talking like 10 plus years ago. And like Casino Royale was the dopest one because literally have the parking lot that like, you're literally walking like 50 steps and no other place on the strip has it like that where it's just literally a parking lot like just like right behind it that you can just pull in real quick. Like, man. So Casino Royale, that was always my favorite casino when they had the $5 craps because that was just money. Like that was money. It was so fun, man, and just never crowded, could always play. And man, shit be changing, man. Shit be changing, man. It was a long time ago at this point. KJ, what up, homie? So it was good, fam. Isaiah likely or Noah Fant based off the matchup. Likely based off the matchup. But it kind of sucks either way. Yeah, as you know. Jamie said I put Hubbard on the block to sell right before Brooks come back. I was expecting to get at least a second, but someone offered a 20-25 second. And Connor, what? James Connor? What the fuck? Dude. Ding. Man. Jamie, how do you get into these leagues with these suckers, man? Is it because these guys are like from Twitter? Are these the guys with like those cute, like fucking Twitter takes on players? Can't talk, dealing with YouTube trolls and bong rips. Yeah, you damn right. You damn right. And like, man, like, I just feel blessed because of like, these are like the bad parts of like my day and the shit that I deal with. It could be so much fucking worse. It could be so much fucking worse. Okay. Sal said I'm a potential rebuild. Okay. So now if you're a potential rebuild, really what you want to do is get picks, first and second rounders. Fuck everything else. Unless you're getting like really, really, really good rookies. But the thing is, when you're a rebuild, you need to target people that are going for the gusto. Okay, like that's what it comes down to, because those people, they want to win. They will overpay for people. So if you're going to blow the team up, and, you know, blow the team up could just be like trading a handful of people, you know, a handful of starters for picks. You end up with 6 first rounders, 4, 5 second rounders. You could trade for whoever you want next year. And like, that's really what you got to do. You got to trade for a bunch of picks if you're a potential rebuild. Okay. I know you said potential, so I know there's a little bit of chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah. I'm okay right now. And so yeah, that's how I would do it. Because I've done it, I've rebuild, and like there's one where I started rebuilding in 2022, and like assuming health, like my team we're doing real good. I'm 3-0 right now. And like these rebuilds, sometimes it takes a year or two, you know, sometimes it takes 2 years to really do it. My team would have been good last year, but I got hit with a handful of injuries and it really hurt me. And then this year I drafted good again. And now I'm looking like one of the best teams in the league right now. That's the way to do it if you really want to rebuild, because if you rebuild, or if you're rebuilding and you're like not getting picks and you're just getting like running backs and like shit like that are going to be valueless in a year or two, you're kind of not doing it the right way. So that's why it's like, you got to come to terms with like, am I really a rebuild? Am I going to blow this up and suck for 2 years? You know, because like you kind of like when you're rebuilding, you kind of have to think of it that way, but you keep making these moves to get trades happening where you get draft picks, first and second rounders, and then you turn those first and second rounders into fucking veteran players that really fucking kill it for you. Like one of the trades that I made in that rebuilding trade, I traded 2 firsts and a second for CD Lamb and Jameson Williams. Now, last year, Jameson Williams wasn't shit, and I was still happy I got CD. Like, I got the number 1 wide receiver, you know, that took me, you know, giving 3 top-end picks, you know, for that, but it was fucking worth it. And now, even this year, JMO looks like, you know, that might be the piece that helps get me over the hump, you know? So you got to do stuff like that. Flex Frog, which side you taking? Bucky Irving, Jalen Waddle for Jordan Mason. This trade is just not good all around to me. Like, I guess Jordan Mason, but like in a couple weeks, the Bucky Irving and Jalen Waddle side could be the side to have. So, yeah. Sal said, you ever get trapped in those timeshare presents? Bro, yes. And, yeah. And you know what? I got out of it. I got out of it. You know how I got out of it? I didn't fucking pay. I just didn't fucking pay. I had to pay to fucking buy into that shit, and I'm still paying off the credit card that I bought that shit on. And like, I made a couple payments, but then it was just like, you know, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, they're not going to keep me in if I just don't pay. And like, I didn't pay for like a year, and they sent me like a cancellation notice, and then they just got all my money for free. You know, like, I got zero benefit out of it. They fucking got me into it. And it was a shitload of money. And I'm still paying it off to this day, but I'm not going to be paying it off for the rest of my life. I'm not paying it off right now, other than the credit card that I got because of them. Fuckers, that's how they get you. Got because of them. And yeah, man, got sold a dream, bro. Got sold a dream. But yeah, that's the secret. You want to get out of it? Don't fucking pay it. Plain and simple. Don't fucking pay it. Because guess what? You had to pay to get in, and they got you for all that money up front. But it's a scam, man. They're going to try to see if they can get you for life. You know how they don't get you for life? Don't fucking pay. Don't fucking pay. Because they're not going to send it to collections. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They're just getting you for whatever money they can. Flappo said flex spot 0.5. Dowdle tonight, or hold out for Akers, Mooney, Quentin Johnston, Waddle. Fuck, man, it's like, it's kind of all bad all around. I'd probably hold out on Akers because the Jags, well, actually, let me go see. What have the Jags been doing against running backs? Yeah, see, I'd hold out for Akers going up against the Jags. Like, see, if Mixon doesn't practice today, I'm almost positive that Akers would be playing this week. Like, as like that Mixon wouldn't play, you know, then he would be the guy. So Rush Lord said, hey, asked you ever go downtown? Fuck yeah, man, downtown. Like, that was where the $3 craps were at. And so it was cheaper tables at the time. Fucking A. And now it's all the same. Like, that's what's crazy. There's like literally no difference in gambling downtown and gambling on the strip. Like, that's insane to me. Because like when I went, it would be on the strip, $10 tables, $15 tables, $25 tables. And fucking downtown, $3 tables, $5 tables everywhere. And I would always be going to, damn, what's the one that had the $3 tables? Not the Golden Nugget. I'm spacing. If someone throws a couple casino names in there, but like they had the $3 craps in fucking, I was always there. $3. Yes. Like, I remember even driving out to Henderson to go to Joker's Wild. It was like, you know, 15, 20 minutes away, but got to get on the freeway. Got to venture onto the freeway for this shit. But for $1 craps, $1 craps is so fun, man. And it's like, you're almost guaranteed not to lose money. And even if you don't care, like if I lost $20, I would not give a fuck. Because all I got to do, get a couple numbers, and I'm going to start making money. Like, that's it. You just got to hit a couple numbers, and I'm going to start making money, like, right away. And I said, once guy rolled dice for 60 minutes. Yeah, see, one of my friends out with 10,000. Yeah, see, if I like these times when I was like having other people on the heaters, had I known how to bet like I do now, fuck, man, I would have made so much money. It's fun stories, but it's like, then it's like kicking myself. And Sal said, I get you. So in that case, what should I look for Lamar? Is it a single QB league or a super flex? If it's a super flex, I want the world for Lamar, like 3 first, because you're only trading for picks, right? Like, that's how you get more picks. You got to remember that when no players are in the mix, just picks. I want it all. Give me back-to-back first and second rounders for him. And you know why? because of all these QBs that have failed as rookies. You will never, you could give up 3 first rounders for Lamar, and that's still guaranteed money in the bank. You could draft with your first round draft pick 3 years in a row and never get a QB as good as Lamar, even with 3 separate chances. And that's what you got to remind people, because the top end QBs, they're worth every fucking penny. Every fucking penny. Assuming it's super flex. Gucci on Twitch trade Devonta Smith and JSN for Montgomery. No. Wes said CD 1 touchdown, Singletary 2 touchdowns. I like it. McDaniels just said he knows who will start at QB against Tennessee, but it's premature to reveal for competitive reasons. Okay. I like it. Tamian, how do you feel about Mike Evans? Not good. And he's injured. Well, he's hurt right now. So Coach C said, Hustler, you heard it here first. I'm picking KC. Man, why are you picking KC? I picked them first 3 days ago. I picked them first on fucking Tuesday. So no, you should have heard it first listening to my shows the last couple days. I picked KC days ago. I beat you to it. So you should pick the Chargers, Coach C, because I beat you to it. And I'm playing them in 2 leagues. And I locked those in as of Tuesday. Gucci said, yeah, B-Rob as my RB and Ayuk and JJ Shakir. Okay. And what was it? What was the question? I mean, that's just too much, man. I mean, that's someone who is that's someone who is trying to take advantage of you because they know you're hurting. Chargers are not my team, bro. What are you smoking? You know they're not my fucking team. No, not the horseshoe. Now it's bugging me. I'm gonna search it up in a second. Sal said, I say no to the 1,000 times and get the free gifts at the end. Yeah, they got me during a time where they got me right when I moved to Vegas. I booked this trip like long before we moved to Vegas. And then we ended up moving to Vegas. And I was like, should we still go? Yeah, they got me, man. They got me. But in the end, you know, I got out way cheaper than some people. Some people are in for life. And Toker 1J, PJ, and Determination, Flex, Moss, or Jennings. Jennings. No, it wasn't the horseshoe. CD, Singletary. 2+ reception. That's cool for Singletary. All right. Let's see it, bro. Jamie said, why'd the dude quit 9 leagues? Just seen your post. So we talked about it on the show a little bit earlier. So the guy who quit received multiple trades that he didn't like. He declined the trades. And then the guy kept sending him worse trades. And then he pretty much told the guy to fuck off and started talking a bunch of shit like in the DMs and all that. To the guys who are having the issue. And then the guy messages me and shows me like one little screenshot or 2 screenshots, you know, very specific screenshots that he wanted to show me of where the guy was, you know, being a way bit extra, not a wee bit extra, a way bit extra. And so I messaged the dude and I'm like, bro, what is going on with this? Like, did all this happen legit because of a trade? Like, why? Like, can you just not talk to people like this? Like, can you do me that favor? And, you know, I mean, that's me paraphrasing what I said. And he's like, man, he was like, fuck that guy. He like sent me all these fucking bullshit ass trades and shit and blowing up my phone. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't just block him or something? He was like, man, fuck your leagues. Like, I'm just going to quit all the leagues. I don't have time for them anymore anyways. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's what you want to do. Go tag me in each league that you're in and say, remove me. And then I'll do it. And he got replaced in 2 seconds. Oh shit, Tamian. He said, should I be in the other chat? Let me share the link to the other one. So like that one, I appreciate everybody where they where they subscribe, because both of those channels are mine. I'm trying that one that you're on right now. I'm trying to get monetized. So I appreciate you subscribing, appreciate the watch time. But if you jump over to the Fantasy Football Hustler channel, that's the one where everybody's commenting at right now. That's where everybody's commenting at right now. Sal said, I hate fantasy politics, that people get way too serious over something that's supposed to be fun. Big babies. Yeah. Felt like I was a fucking vice principal last night, fucking having to deal with people fucking crying and complaining over shit. And hey, there we go. Tamian made it over to the Hustler one. There we go. And Rob Callie, what up? He said, yo, nice bong rib. Hey, there we go. All right. Got another 420 crew member in here. What up? And I said, man, I'm 0-3. Hopefully this will make you laugh. And so which wide receivers are going with? Ayuk, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Rashid Shaheed, got Bijan, Zach Moss, and Brian Robinson Jr. You could be at a party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose. And as of right now, just remember, I go live literally every day. Okay, so don't take a Thursday answer as a final answer unless it's like a Thursday game or whatever. But I'm going to say DJ Moore and Amari Cooper in a big revenge narrative versus the Raiders. That's as of right now. I'm a little bit nervous about Ayuk. And I think everybody is very nervous about Rashid Shaheed after last week, right? Jamie said, dude sounds like a whiny bitch. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, man. Totally was. And both guys in this situation were to blame for this. Because here's the other thing. Like, catch this, Jamie. So after that dude was a bitch to me and then leaves all the leagues, and I go through and I fill all the leagues and everything. Literally, it took me longer taking screenshots of each team than it took me to fill each team. Okay. And then I go back to the dude and I was like, hey man, bro, bro quit all the leagues. He shouldn't be a problem anymore. And I said, hey, can I ask you a question though? How many trade offers did you send that guy? I'm just curious. And then the guy responds to me like a bitch. Doesn't matter how many trade offers I sent him. And you know what? I'm going to quit and I want a refund if the rules aren't followed. That's how the guy responded to me. After I just fixed the issue that this guy created. So, yeah, man. People are fucking stupid, man. They really are. They really are.
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
And he was in the chat earlier.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
Can you know what I think of that guy?
He's a pedantic, pontificating, pretentious bastard, a belligerent old fart, a worthless, steaming pile of cow dung, figuratively speaking.
I'll always win because I got the dopest sound drops in the game. I'm going to get more, so I can just use the sound drops as talking shit. And Corey said, am I starting Algier or Emmanuel Wilson over Wandale? Nah. And he said, not sure how much volume these guys get. It's ugly. It's ugly. This one's for Corey's options. So, no, I would take the somewhat predictable volume of Wandale versus the fucking, flukiness that we've seen. And Emmanuel Wilson, I mean, going up against the Vikings too, tough matchup. And Rob, he said, someone's wanting Ayuk from me. I want to hold. He said they offered Wandale and Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I mean, Deontay Johnson, I'd be wanting to sell him also, getting one good game out of him from Andy Dalton. It looks like it's Deontay Johnson to the moon. I feel like I would want to hold on that because fuck Deontay Johnson. He's a fucking bum, in my opinion.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And Waddle, Waddle might be the good part, like, out of all this, but you still, like you said, you're 0-3. So I don't want to, like, trade for anybody that I feel like is probably gonna, like, be shit, like, over the next couple weeks. But I will say Deontay Johnson is probably going to do better than Ayuk this week, but it is a tough matchup like for him. Yeah, fucking bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And just wait, because I watched Pulp Fiction last night. And wait for me to get the John Travolta Pulp Fiction. You know what you're going to be, Jules? A fucking bum. Okay? A fucking bum. Coach C said, Hustler, Pats are looking really strong this week if you want them. Bro, you are not going to get me wavering off my Chiefs pick, okay? Not going to get me wavering off my Chiefs pick versus those shitty Chargers. And I hope Justin Herbert doesn't play, because then that Chiefs pick is going to be a super 360 slam dunk tomahawk dunk. Let's see. Uh-oh, we got some news coming in. Let's see. Tank Dell. Managing bruised ribs, unlikely to play versus the Jags. Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce both still sidelined. So Akers looking very, very good in a smash matchup versus the Jags. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me see. That clown just put someone on the trade block. You guys know who I'm talking about. Let's see. Matt Stafford. Yeah. Trash. Especially this week. Okay, hold on. Tim C asked a question on Patreon. Mixon, Hubbard, Metcalf, DJ Moore, Reed. Metcalf. Mixon missed practice again today. So if you're watching right now, Tim C, Mixon, he missed practice again. He's probably going to be out. If Huntley plays, Miami Waddle could go off. No. Why? Why would you think that? Because he made the Pro Bowl? Coach C said Chiefs is a good pick next few weeks against the 49ers bye week and the Saints, I think. He said good week to pick them, especially when you pick the Giants tonight. What do you mean? Who picked the Giants tonight? Southside either be running victory laps on the Cowboys and Survivor or coming in with my head down tomorrow committed. I mean, if the Cowboys don't win tonight, man, I don't know. Let's see, Tamian. Ramondre, JSN, Addison, and Rome, or B-Rob and Mike Evans. I just don't like this trade, like, at all. Like, I mean, it's just a lot of pieces and the combination of everything. So tell me, Tamian, tell me why that you want to trade. And, like, are you trying to, like, tell me what your record is and tell me what you're trying to improve on your team. Joke one, Jay, because I think he fits the system better than Thompson. I mean, shit, anybody could fit the system better than Thompson, man. Coach C said, I thought you were going to Pats or Giants after seeing me take KC. Why would I care? I'm taking KC. I'm not changing because of you. I'm making it to the next week. Just like in every other form of fantasy football, it is me against the course. I'm making my pick based on who I think is going to move forward, not based on anybody else and who they're starting or whatever, because I'll battle it out. We could pick the same team for all we know moving forward, but I'm not going to change based on your pick. I will not. And just like I would never pick someone that you pick. So if you were watching me throughout this whole week, I've literally said, like, I don't know, maybe like 20 times that I'm taking KC. You know, you're the one taking the same team as me, not the other way around. It's the smart move because they're going to win. But, you know, it's how quick do you want to end this? And Toker 1J, because I think that, And Rob, Giants got blitz. Giants do blitz a lot. Yeah, I mean that's one thing that that's why I said last week to start Kyle Van Noy over there. Fucking killed it versus the Cowboys. But yeah, that's why I didn't want to pick that game. I'm not picking that game for Survivor. Fuck no, man. Divisional game like that, like. Sal said I'm putting it out there so I can be shamed if I'm wrong. I trust you to tell me I'm an idiot tomorrow. Hey, I think you're gonna win. You know, it's I think you're gonna win. So I hope you're not an idiot tomorrow for picking the Cowboys. I think a lot of people would feel foolish in Survivor because I feel like a lot of people would be picking the Cowboys. Yours says starting either one of Mixon's backup if both backups are available. Pierce is not going to be available, or does both being available make them fantasy irrelevant? Both being available probably would make them a little bit fantasy irrelevant, but Damian Pierce has like been fantasy irrelevant since his first year. They kind of like Akers, you know, he gets the touchdown, got a decent amount of work, you know, for that game. More Story said, "Oh my God, it's already Thursday. I already picked what amphetamines. I already picked the week to quit amphetamines. Oh man, hold on. Let me see. I know I have some.
Man, you should quit that lame job, man. I figured this.
Yeah, responsibility is a heavy responsibility, man. Yeah, this is the 5th time I've been late this week. It's only Tuesday, man."
And Rob, so every single week, what you want to do, how much weed you want for that old man? Which old man? Rob said, who do you think goes off this week? Top 8. I'm not gonna put like a full top 8 or anything, but every single week I post a start and sit video. And on that start and sit video, I put the 2 players that I think are gonna absolutely smash. And last week I put Derrick Henry and Joe Burrow. Let's go see how Derrick Henry and Joe Burrow finished last week before I tell you who I put on. I mean, if you guys go look, you can see who I put on there this week. But I just want to go. I mean, we know Derrick Henry and fucking Joe Burrow both hit this week, but let's see how good they hit compared to everybody. So Derrick Henry was the running back 3 on the week, only 4 points behind. And Joe Burrow was the number 4 QB, all 8 points behind Josh Allen. So every single week, I put 2 people on the start and sit video. And that's my prediction of who I think is going to really, really hit. Let me go see who it was. Let me go see who I put for week 2, and let's see if I did good at all on that week before I get to week 4. Come on. All right, for week 2, I put Cooper Kupp and Saquon. Ooh, that might not have been a good one. Let's go see how they did in week 2, because Cooper Kupp got hurt in week 2. I swear he was killing it before he got hurt. Nah, bad for Kupp. Yeah. Let's see how Saquon did that week. Nope, wasn't a good Saquon. I mean, he had 18, but yeah, compared to Kamara's 44 and everybody else. So now for week 4, the guys that I got on there. A lot of times I put these guys based on matchups. And I got Amari the Pooper Scooper and Kyler Murray. Amari the Pooper Scooper and Kyler Murray. Those are the 2 guys who I think go nuts this week. Bang and Play on Twitch. What up? So what type of deal should I trade for Tyreek? I got Mike Evans, James Cook, Carson Steele, Jaden Reed. Well, whoever has Tyreek, did they put him on like the trade block or anything? Like, do you know they actually want to move? That they actually want to move him? I feel like that's like almost half the battle with like shit like this. So, yeah, I would start there. Do you know the Tyreek owner wants to move Tyreek? That would be number one. And then number two, you need to go see where are they weak. And obviously at wide receiver, if they want to trade Tyreek. So I would probably be trying to trade 2 wide receivers for Tyreek or a wide receiver and a running back. Tammy, I got B-Rob as my RB4. I got Mixon, Kamara, and Dobbins. And Mixon, horrible. I mean, Mixon, probably not playing. Missed practice 2 days in a row. And Dobbins, horrible matchup. I would probably play B-Rob over him. Yep, PJ, we shouted this out earlier that Tank Dell's probably not playing today. I mean, this week, Jamie said someone brought Eric All in a 25-second. Same league, Hayden Hurst went for a third, so I put Dulcich on the block. These fucks, he said, told these fucks he must be worth a first. He said these guys are supposed to be analysts too. Yeah, see, like, and that's also another thing that I realize is like anybody who has a YouTube channel or anyone who has a podcast or anyone who has a Twitter handle and call themselves a fantasy football guru could be a fantasy football guru in their own mind. Even these fucking young kids, like 18-year-old kids, you probably haven't even won a fucking championship yet. Like, man, if you guys watch that other channel, just giving you a heads up, one of those guys that you see damn near every show still has not, as a mid-20-year-old, has still not felt the warmth of a woman yet. And he may have won a couple fantasy championships, but man, I can't be taking no advice from no virgins, man. Like, this isn't the league. You got to have a little bit of life experience because your takes probably won't even make sense to me. And I wonder if everybody can guess who it is. And Jamie said last week, Godwin, yeah, Goddard, killed it. And Toker One Jay bringing some wafers products to the show for our posterity. You know what? We'll bring some wafers dripped. Wes said, we know who it is. And Jamie said, maybe he likes dudes. No. No, he doesn't like dudes. He's just, you know how it's like a lot of the younger generation seems like they're really like scared of girls. It's like, that's what it like seems like too shy. Like the 40-year-old virgin, like just like that. Like think of like that. Except instead of his comics, he's talking about fantasy football to these chicks. Gotta find the right girl for that. And yeah, you know what? After this, Jay, I'm gonna do a dab of some drip with some wafers diamonds, because diamonds aren't just a woman's best friend when we're talking about the dabs. Those last 2 texts were to add context to the original trade. Okay. And I still don't I still feel like I want to rework that though. I want to rework it. Crispy said not playing because of bruised ribs. What a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
I mean, it's ribs are one thing that you can't heal quicker. And like, if someone knows that you have bruised ribs, they are gonna smash those ribs every chance that they get. Smash it every chance that they get. Rushford said, funny, I'm sure I ran across said show. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because you're kind of new to this show, right? Like, I mean, if you've been around for more than a year, you probably have a really good idea of who I'm talking about. Probably know who I'm talking about. He's 150 pounds. Very, very feminine. And seeing like all these, like a couple of them wanted to get petty. So now it like makes me want to get petty at certain times also. That's really, it's really what it comes down to. And Perry said just got offered Aaron Jones, Puka. Oh, Tank Dell, 150 pounds. Yeah, get smashed. Aaron Jones, Puka, Garrett Wilson, either Chase or Amon-Ra. 8-man league. I kind of want to go for depth, but I don't know. What up, brother? So tell me this first. because 8-man trades, 8-man trades, you know, it kind of just depends on how good or bad your team is amongst that league. So like, that's why. So like, tell me what your record is. Give me your points against. If you don't have a good record, is everybody killing you in the points? Oh, kind of. No, I'll leave it at that. Oh, yeah. I said, has I've been watching a show in and out. Okay, for 3 years. There we go. Said Bogey was just too out there, though. So, yeah, see, and you know, that's why I'm going back to doing solo. Just feel like you know, this is a good time to play this song. How about that? Okay, so here's what I think about the trade, Perry. Now that you're giving me a little bit of context, like I see why you want to make this trade. Here's the kind of trade that you need to make. All right, you ready? Get your notepad out. Get ready. Okay. Especially in the 8-man league, you need to overpay for every single player that you're trading for. It's an 8-man league. Everybody is stacked. Everybody is beyond stacked. The only time people really trade is when they're hella nervous. If they're 0-3, 1-2, you know, shit like that. And they're just like really hating life because their one team isn't doing good. So what you got to do is you have to package up 3 to 4 players and go after one of those person's best players. 4 players. You should easily, like, don't use your top players. Okay. You're doing 4 players because you're going to give them flex and bench options, but the teams has to be that bad to where like those people that you're giving them are like potential starters or even starters for that team, or else why would somebody trade? So that's what you want to do. And you want to make, those are the only type of trades you should be making in 8-man leagues, unless you are the team that is struggling and sucking. And then sometimes you might have to make a trade like that. So that's the food for thought right there. And that's the way that you want to do it. Trade 3 or 4 players for someone's like one of their heavy hitters, you know, one of the heavy hitters. And it's wherever you want to get your team top heavier. You need, because the flex guys, you'll be able to build flex guys through the waivers. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And Rush Lord with the super chat. You the man, Rush Lord. And we're getting a dab right now. And check this out. Or, you know what? It's a little easier. Check out these. Oh, dang it. It's so like caked up that it's like even hard to see in because of the lights. Hold on. Let's see. Let's try it like this. Look at that. Look at that goodness right there. Yeah, this camera's better. The main camera it lets me do on 1080. I need to get a 4K camera. That's like one of the next that's one of my next big purchases that I want to get is the 4K camera. And you the man, Rush Lord. How about double up on that Rush? Man, and Crispy, it's so funny, man, because like obviously, you know, hold on. Obviously, watching Straight Outta Compton, you know, the movie, like I watched it the Friday it came out. Like me and a couple people, when I did work at the office, we did we went after work on Friday to go check it out right when it dropped. And obviously it's like watching the Titanic. Like, you know what the fuck is gonna happen. You know that Eazy-E's gonna die. You know that Ice Cube's gonna split up with them. You know that fucking he drops the diss track that just shits all over everybody. But man, I swear it was so funny, like watching them, like when they were listening to it. Like, that shit was hella funny, man. Because, like, you know that they were hella salty. You know that they were hella salty when that shit. And, like, Ren, when they shut it off, was like, man, a motherfucker got us. Like, you know that they were pissed. Like, even Yella, that shit was so funny because Yella's got the beezies, you know, right there. 2 of those girls. And, like, they keep talking bad shit about Yella. And he's like, got Yella on your team, so you're losing. And he like has that fake smile or whatever, looking at the girls, and oh man. so funny, man. Let's get this dab going. And let me see. And Perry, I know you deleted this, but I'll still answer. Should I be packaging up those players I sent to improve starting spots other than trading my studs? Yeah, you should. He said, good advice, brother. He said, Bogey would have been like, oh, man, I don't know. Fuck it. Yeah, well, see, like, that's why I like doing my own, you know, like, very, very different, you know, trading philosophies, me and a lot of people out there. It's all about making calculated trades. It's not about just making random trades for random trades. Because sometimes when you make those random trades, you put yourself in a hole with a bad trade. And then it's like you have to keep trading your way to like fucking get out of it. It sucks. Sal said, haven't been sub 200 since like 7th grade. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? KJ, if Alvin Kamara is out. Man, I said this earlier. Let's chill with the Alvin Kamara being out, bro. Just because he missed Wednesday practice. I don't think he's going to be out. And no, Taysom Hill's not going to be a good start if he's out. Oh, bro, what am I dabbing out of right now? Only the best fucking piece known to man, fucking Dr. Dabber. This is the switch. You can vape weed out of it, flower, weed, you know, you can vape flower out of it, or you could do the dabs like I'm doing. So I've never done flower like out of this one. And I bought the attachment. There's $100 attachment, like a little insert. Man, it's worth it. It's worth it. And there's multiple pieces that you can get. I'm going to share my link here. Use my link so you can get, I believe it's either 10 or 15% off that you get for using my link with Dr. Dabber. And yeah, this is, you know, this is, I mean, for me, this is like the home piece, you know, like I'm probably never really going to bring this out and about. And I've been even debating on getting one of the smaller ones because it might be a little bit of a better travel piece. But I have this one also. This one also from them. So obviously, you know, little bit of a difference in size, you know, but this one fucking great for going out and about. Shit, pack a fat ass dab in there, get like 4 or 5 rips, you know, on it when you're just like walking out and about. And man, when I'm walking around expos or fucking around Vegas and shit, like, man, fucking awesome, man. Fucking awesome. And this one specifically came with a nice little travel man bag, you know, so literally throw that shit over my shoulder. Just, everything's right there. It's fucking awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. And Jamie said, recently watched The Players Club, forgot how good that movie was. Still holds up today. Ton of great actors. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ice Cube, man. Ice Cube doing his thing, acting and directing. That was his directorial debut, right? All right. Gooey dab commenced of the live resin. Check this out. It's our homies over at there's fucking vaporizers that are bigger than this. But yeah, bro, told you, man, I don't do this. I do this for reals, not for thrills. Oh man, I gotta clean that. Hell yeah, yabba dabba do. You damn right. You damn right. Whew. Says silicone's a good travel piece, but I take it to work. It doesn't break. Yeah. See, if you get one of these, this would be fucking great to take to work. The smaller one, amazing to take to work. Dabs are cheaper than weed for me right now. Only on dabs for years now. Yeah, I mean, that's what's crazy is like, because you could get medium quality dabs and get it hella cheap compared to like, and I don't know, like I don't like medium quality weed, you know? I mean, even the weed that I'm getting right now, I mean, I get a good price because a lot of times it's just the smalls, you know, and that just gets sold cheaper, you know. And so like I'm okay like getting that and like getting good weed, but getting like this, you know, the small nugs, you know, of it, I'm fine with that. And Perry said Gravity Bong is the OG high school creation for sure. Elias said, what's the waffle thing? No, wafers. You're in one of the wafers leagues, right? It's the brand wafers, the cannabis brand in SoCal, the one that we're doing the big ass tournament with. Hey, Marco from the future. What up? Abraham and our drips your fave. Well, so here's the thing. Like, I've tried so many different fucking brands. Now, drip, first off, it's someone who's been supporting the show for years before I even knew what he did. Then when he reveals to me what he did, what he does, and the businesses that he's involved with, in the cannabis companies and the and the fucking dab companies, I'm like, bro, I was like, man, can I try some? I would love it. And now every time, you know, that I go to LA, which I went to, he hires me to go be their auctioneer in their fucking in their yearly auction draft. This is the third year in a row that I've done it. Pays me, flies me out there, sets me up somewhere, you know, to sleep, and fucking man, and then always gifts me a whole bunch of shit, man. Like, he gifted me a handful of grams of dabs. And so, like, you know, are they my favorite? Fuck yeah, they are, man. Because, like, first off, it's one of my friends' companies, and they're fucking the shit. Like, that's another reason. So yeah, if someone asks me what are my favorite brand of dabs, I'm saying Drip, because first off, they've been a supporter of me for a long time, and man, it's fucking amazing goodness with fucking insane terps, and they know what they're fucking doing. So it's not just because they're my friends. Like, let me just read the stats, like, off of this. So this one is 69% THCA, the 5.4 on their the THCA, the 5.4 on the terpenes, total THC 78.3, and then the total cannabinoids 79.5. And yeah, this was manufactured earlier in the year. So yeah, man, he said just more flavor than heart. I think they're cool. And you've had Drip? Have you had Drip before? They're only in California. I hope they're looked at as mainstream by a lot of people, because I'm doing my best to help, you know, them try to get a little bit more on the map where I can. And Toker One said, my doctors here in Louisiana suggest I order some weed online. Want to check and see if wafers can ship to me. They cannot. But now, with all of this stuff that's going on, there may be a Hustler 420 crew wafers collaboration or something that might be coming on, to where people will be able to order in all 50 states. It's something that a lot of things are changing, you know, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Abraham said, I've had it before. He said, not my fave, but good flavor for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I feel like with flower, okay, he's in SoCal. Nice. Okay, for sure. Well, now you know. If you ever see Drip, if you ever see wafers with a Z, just know that, like, those are good people. They got good strains. They got good flavors. Everybody could be a little bit different on what they think is the best, but those guys are the shit. Okay, those guys are the shit, and I highly recommend grabbing wafers and Drip any chance that you get. Can't smoke weed, I get paranoid. Oh man. Hey, you know what you need, Pod Son? You need a good indica. That's what it is. Like, if you have a sativa that you know, unless you're super ADHD, which, like, it's weird, like, people who are like super ADHD, it's almost like that, like, at least the couple people who I know who expressed to me that they had super bad ADHD, for whatever reason, they said they get the opposite effects from indica and sativa. It's very, very weird. And so that's also something, if anybody, you know, ever thought about that, like, man, you know, indicas make me paranoid. maybe you need to switch it up to sativas, because maybe it could be something, you know, in your chemistry that's making you get the opposite effects from some of these. I have no idea what the fuck it is. Like, it's crazy, because like some like testing needs to be done on this shit, like legit, like on people, and like, you know, the response to this, because like just the 2 people that have told me this, like 2, and that's how I know. Like, one could be a fluke, but 2 people told me the exact same thing, didn't know each other, totally different walks of life and different times of life as well. Wes said my best ball league turned into shit. Oh man, it happens. It happens. Toko and Jay, we do have a dispensary here, but haven't tried it because Delta 8. Yeah. I mean, that's what's legal like everywhere. So it is what it is. Sal said figured a J would do the trick, but hey, that he said, hey, bring a bazooka to a knife fight. Let's go. And Lipsy said, I got Bowers and Kincaid. Should I try trading one of them or keep both? I would try to trade Kincaid if you can. Yeah, hell yeah, Abraham. So I met, it's Bees Barbarians. You'll see him in the chat, Bees Barbarians. Like, he's always in the chat. And during COVID, we found each other during COVID, and he got into a dynasty league. And we, you know, he's one of the people who, like, you know, we became more than just like random league mates. Like, you know, like we have each other's cell phone numbers. Like, we're friends, you know, at this point, like, for sure. You know, been that way for years. And yeah, man. And I, like, for the first couple years, I didn't even know what the fuck he did. And it's crazy to me, like crazy to me. And so like, until you, cause like, you know, real ones don't brag about shit they don't need to brag about, you know? And like, he never had a reason to like brag about having multiple companies or anything like that. And so, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. And it's crazy. The people that I've met from doing this, insane, man. Insane. I fucking love it. And that's why I'm always going to be true to the weed, man, because like it doesn't affect my performance. It really doesn't. It's a performance enhancer, if nothing else. Stranger said, I love a 5-tool player when it comes to weed. You damn right. But he said, but if I'm going to give up tools, they said it's looks first and the size second to go. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I've had like, remember when cookies first came around in like, I mean, for me in SoCal, cookies first came around 2012. And I think maybe it was a little bit earlier, maybe a year before or something, where it was like really, you know, getting big in the Bay Area or whatever. And I just remember the first time I saw it, it looked ugly as fuck. I was so pissed. I was like, bro, we just paid $400 for this shit. I was like, it's like fucking, there's brown on it. There's some purple on it. But like, what the fuck is this, man? I was just talking mad shit like the whole time. And then I fucking, like, as I'm crushing up the weed, like, man, this shit's not even like super fluffy or like, and I don't really like fluffy weed, but I was like, man, this shit's like real dense and shit. Like, man, some bullshit. And I'm like breaking it up, put it in the bong. And then I smoke it. And I'm like, oh, whoo. I was like, I retract every statement that I just made right now. I retract every statement that I just made. Oh man. And yeah, it was $400 for an ounce. That's like literally, like, that was the first and probably only time that I've paid $400 an ounce, because I've never got it from a dispensary. And I was the 420 hustler, man. Like, we're not like $400 ounces. Like, that ain't making me no money. It ain't making me no money. That one was to smoke and to try, because the hype had hit SoCal about it. We've only heard about this shit. Only had heard about that shit at that time. And Rush Lord.
69, dudes.
True story, ADHD here. Indicas and sativas have different effects on me. I'm just saying, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And Sal, if you have the gas, no tolerance can be intense. Yeah, almost similar to tripping. Yeah. For sure. Because like, this ain't your daddy's weed, you know, this ain't your grandpa's weed that they've been smoking on. Like, man, this is some heavy hitter shit, man. Remember Cheech? Hey, is it gonna blow me away, man? Is it heavy duty, man? Like, man, I've been smoking since I was 2, man. Jamie said, would you give up Wix for a 2026 second? I mean, probably. You got to wait so fucking long for it, but yeah, at least it's a second. Quoting Dom Toretto, I retract my previous statement. When did he say that? When did he? Because I don't remember that. I don't remember that. But see, like, seeing all the Fast and the Furious is, so where? What was that on? Oh, was that when he brought the car? Was that when he brought the car in? He was like, "Here's your 10-second car." And he was like, I said a 10-second car, not a 10-minute car. And Jesse's like, you can push it across the finish line or tow it. That part, right? And he's like, no faith, pop the hood. The whole thing just fucking falls off. That was that part, though, huh? I retract my previous statement. This will be so awesome if you put like 15 grand in it. Correct. Yep. Okay. See, I remember it as I talked more. See, it's like these lines, like, just, you know, subconsciously stay in your brain, like, somehow. I can think of all that shit, but I couldn't think of fucking Mike Davis yesterday. Man, his brain got just removed from my brain. His name, Podson 2026. We might be living on Mars by then. Right? Anything can fucking happen. Man, you know what? Need to get the X-Files theme song. I think that would be like really cool to just like randomly have on the soundboard at any time. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Might need a whole fucking might need a whole fucking folder just worth of like random 90s like sounds and drops. Tucker wants, I can't think of what happened 30 minutes ago, right? But I can remember a whole fucking scene from a movie and just quote the entire thing just like out of thin air. Like, you know what's another thing that I can like Eminem songs? Man, I've listened to those songs like so many times, like off the first like 3 albums in D12, that like, man, if I hear the beat and the song comes on, like I can literally just, the whole song, it'll just come out. It's crazy, man, just how our memories work and how certain things just like trigger shit. It's crazy, man. It's all psychological. Maybe the White Sox could win a World Series by then. Bro, how bad is it? How many losses? Are they the worst ever yet? Are they the worst ever? Like, dude. Like, worst ever? Man. That's like some shit. Like, there's been how many fucking baseball teams and records, you know, from since the 1800s, you know, and they're about to be the worst ever. The worst ever. Like, that's like something insane to be a part of, man. Like, the Black Sox are going to be more liked than them. At least they almost won something, right? Harder. Superflex. Trade Dobbins and Mixon to sweeten the deal if needed for Rice, Jefferson, Olave. Or Dobbins and McBride for Diggs. I'm a little confused on that. I'm confused. Because first off, there's no QBs in here. So like the starting off with the super flex, that's where my confusion is. Because I'm like, where the fuck are the quarterbacks? So yeah, just explain that. Explain that again to me. Okay. Like what's the deal on what's the deal right now? Toker wants it because weed makes me concentrate here and now. Yep. He said there's a job that needs to get done. You damn right. You damn right. Rush Lord said Black Sox actually won the World Series the year before. Okay, yeah. They were just like vastly underpaid, right? And like, I don't know, like they couldn't even they could not even live a year off of their baseball wages, right? Like that's some bullshit, man. And look at all the gangsters and shit. Like, man, these guys are the ones who got it. And White Sox are 40-120. God damn. God damn. What's that? 20%? Is that what that is? Winning percentage? Wait, that's 33%. Or no. Hold on. I'm doing it wrong. I'm super high. 40 out of 160. 25%. 25%. No. It's 25% because you got to do 40 divided by 160. So that's what I did first. I did 40 divided by 120, but that was wrong. So they're not the worst. No, that's not the worst. Because I was looking, some of the worst was like 21 and 22%. So I think they won a couple games late to not be the worst ever. Right? Marco, you were tracking this longer than anybody. Tell me if that's the case. We could go look at it, but we looked at some of the worst winning. Marco said, when did they won 40 games? Dude, they must have been on a tear like recently. They won a couple games. I think they beat the fucking Angels in 2 out of 3. Yeah, see, look at this. The White Sox won the last 2 nights. They won their last 2 games. When's the last time you seen that shit happen? Let's see. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm looking at it right now on Google. Where did the 40 and 120 come from? Because, yeah, that's not correct. I see 38 and 120. 3 days ago, they had the worst percentage of all time, but then they won 2 games in a row. They won 2 games in a row because now they're at 24.1%. That's why I got to check all my leagues every day because I forget. I did it yesterday. Yeah, I got to go get all my lineups going. Pod Sun said baseball still in business. Shit. I mean, the only reason we're tracking it right now is because of the worst teams ever, like in history, not because they're doing good. And sorry, which should I pick out of them for my guys? Oh, I mean, shit, just try to go after the best guy. Go after JJ. Start there. Frank says start P. Ryan or Chase Brown or Tyler Batty. Can I say none? I'll say Chase Brown. Oh, I read the wrong team. 40 and 120 was the 62 Mets. Yeah. The 2024 White Sox are saying, hold my beer right now. So, and there's going to be 2 more games, right? I mean, that's 160 games. Now they got 162 games. So I see that stat with the Giants being the only team to ever score 3 TDs and not give up any and still lose in regulation. What? What? I got a stat for you. The Chargers in 2010, their team was the number 1 offense in the league statistically, the number 1 defense in the team statistically, and they did not make the playoffs because their special teams was so bad. They were number 32. And they were so bad that even in the first game of that season, they gave up 2 punt blocks for touchdowns to the Raiders. That may be one of the biggest blunders of all time. So there's this video where they compared the other teams that had finished both top 10 in rushing or in offense and defense. Every single time they made it at least top 4. It was either the conference championship, the conference championship or Super Bowl. And it was either they lost in the conference championships, they lost in the Super Bowl, or they won the Super Bowl. Those were the only 3 outcomes that happened with teams that had an offense and a defense both in the top 5 in history until the Chargers said, hold my beer. And Marco, kind of like the Sixers a couple years ago. Yeah, that was horrible. What up, Chris? And he said, hey, man, just took a trade and feel like I smashed it. I got Richardson and Schultz for Knicks and Kelsey. What do you think? I don't like Richardson, man. Like I've been saying, like since the beginning of the season, that he's going to ruin people's fantasy lives, man. And I really feel like this is the Kelsey breakout game against the Chargers with no Derwin James. So I'm not too much of a fan of that. I mean, it's not horrible. Dalton Schultz kind of is. So I saw that. You ever watch Chart Party? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. I don't even remember what channel that was on or anything. Literally just search Chargers 2010 worst season ever. And that video will surface. Bengals Washington was the first game since 1940 with no punts or turnovers. I mean, that was kind of insane, man, that Burrow and Daniels did not turn the ball over at all. Then even more insane that nobody else did either, right? JAC. Should I trade Chuba, Singletary, Ford Pickens? And Jameson for Joe Mixon. I mean, that seems like a lot. I'd say no, but I'd want to. I don't know. If someone like wants that much for Joe Mixon, I don't think they're really trying to trade Joe Mixon. Oh, for Joe Mixon, Nico Collins, and Waddle. Oh, okay. There was more to it. That's what it was. I mean, you're winning on players, you're losing on players. You know, I mean, I like the Joe Mixon, Nico side like better. Yeah, so I mean, I'd probably do that. But a lot of moving pieces there. Almost like he said, I got offered it, so I don't know. Okay. Well, question for you, JAC. Like, I know the offer just fell in your lap. Perfect. So now we know you didn't send it. Do you need to trade? Like, what's your record? Like, do you think your team needs to improve? And if you think your team needs to improve, is there a specific position that you would say that you think your team needs to improve? Let's start there. Let's get all, fantasy psychologist on you right here, because that's the only way that you really make good trades. It comes down to the psychology of the trade. I'm down to 2 starting QBs in Superflex, Williams and Knicks. Am I screwed? You're not screwed. Is it Dynasty or is it redraft? Let's start there. Dynasty or redraft? And I've been rocking for 3 hours. Even more insane how every drive was a score or a kneel down. Except for the missed field goals. Kind of some bullshit, right? And Wes said, no, I'm not going all the way to game time. We're getting ready to shut it down. But yeah, we've been rocking, man. I mean, see when the comments are flowing like this and when there's a shitload of people on. Today, I changed the title of my show. I don't know if you guys noticed, but instead of just Thursday Fantasy Football Talk, today is warning, don't make these fantasy football mistakes in week 4. And YouTube liked that title like a billion times more than that. So I think I'm going to just be, kind of trying to do titles like that versus everything else kind of that's going on. Like keeping the exact same title, like people know what it is. We got the elevated sports talk on the thumbnail, which I'm proud of, by the way. We're getting all the graphics and everything going better. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, because I've been going this whole time here and always talking about other people and promoting other people and stuff. I need to start promoting myself as well. And I'm going to promote 420crewmerch.com right now. And check this out, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Check this out, peeps. We got a whole bunch of new designs at the 420 Crew merch site. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see. All $20. Check this out. Sal said, Pepsi on me. Well done. You the man. You the man, Sal. So check these out. Let me know what you guys think of these designs. So look at the title and see 420 Crew Nug Smoke. If you like that shirt, just put that in. Put Nug Smoke in there. See this next one here? I mean, there's nothing on the back. It's just the front of the shirt. Double Fistin'. Let me know if you like the double fisting design. $20, $19.99. We got the 420 Crew Skull. Remind you of anybody?
What?
I said, does it remind you of anybody?
What?
Does it look like someone familiar?
What? 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 What?
We also got the 420 Crew joint. Check that out. It's got the C like on the hand while it's holding the joint. Hell yeah. Check that one out. Check this one out. This one might be one of my favorites. The 420 Crew Hustler. Check that shit out. He's got the 420 Crew hat on as well. There we go. We got the Nug Life. So that one's I mean that one's been on here for a little while, but the Nug Life, still one of my faves. And the 420 Crew Friends. Check that out and see. I've gotten some other things. You know, we got the slides like on there. Dopest slides in the game. Got mugs in there. I'm going to put mugs in there for the other stuff. So, you know, when you're sipping on a little something, something. And, but yeah, the 420 Crew Friends shirt. Super fucking dope as well. Got some of the Nug Life action in there as well for the nugs and the slides. The 420 Crew slides. The old school 420 Crew design. Hell yeah. All right. There we go, man. So paid some money for the designs. Wanted to get some dope ones. Versus, you know, me doing it with my unartistic self and you know, making like whatever, you know, designs. So you're gonna see those pretty soon. I just uploaded those. I'm gonna be getting some samples for myself. I know I'm gonna get Vanessa a couple shirts, like also, and who knows, maybe I'll grab a couple extra and we'll do it for we'll do some for giveaways on we'll do some for giveaways at the next raffle that we do. That would be cool, actually, for sure. And this is all at 420crewmerch.com. 420 merch. 420 crew merch. 420 crewmerch.com. Jamie said all those are fat. Fuck yeah, bro. Appreciate ya. JAC 0.75 on 1 and 2. Been starting Ayuk and Tyreek. Okay. I mean, see, I guess I wouldn't panic, like, because better days are ahead for Ayuk and Tyreek as well. Also been starting James Cook, ETN, and Dobbins. Yeah. I feel it. I feel that I definitely understand why you'd want to make a move. So wide receivers, probably where you're trying to improve. Like, instead of trading all those players for all those players, I'd like specifically be thinking about like find someone who needs like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't I don't know who your depth is like either, but I'd feel like you have to use some of your depth pieces, try to go just get like a better flex wide receiver. Papa J, do I try to trade a Richard now in Dynasty? See what I can get or wait. I mean, it's almost like now is kind of like one of the worst times to trade him, you know? Marco said, looks like my neighbor. And Johnny said, Nug Smoke is my favorite. Love the token class. Love the take on the classic Whistle and Mickey for sure. For sure. Very similar, right? And Token 1J double fisting. I like the Hustler. Gonna order soon. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sea Dog, do I trade Henry and Laporta for Aaron Jones, Kelsey, and Pittman? Which Henry? Which Henry? Big difference between Hunter Henry and Derrick Henry. I'm assuming Derrick Henry, because like all big dogs in this trade. And I doubt someone would trade all that for 2 tight ends. I like Aaron Jones. I think Kelsey bounces back. I don't like Pittman. And like I like Henry and I like Laporta. So it's like I feel like I wouldn't do that unless I was getting Henry and Laporta. And I also don't really want to trade like Kelsey for Laporta, you know, or vice versa. Like I really don't. Because you're just both could do good, but I feel like, you know, one way or the other that's making the trade like it's making it where because those guys are in the trade, it's like you have to put more in. And like I don't like that part of it. So for those reasons, I'm out. Oh yeah, and still while we're here, you know, real quick. So like let's say you were going to do this one here. You got all the different sizes. So literally if you're a small, all the way up to 4 extra tall, you know, 5XL, whatever size you want. And the deliveries are, I know they're within 2 weeks because all of these, I mean, these are like print on demand. Like there's no, you know, like I'm like literally making like literally a couple bucks off of this. It's more about just creating dope shit for like myself, for like other people to wear, like as well, without having to super like buy in bulk and then do the shipping and everything myself. Cause like no matter what, man, this shit's expensive. And like even making a couple bucks off of this for 20, it was like doing it myself, like kind of made it more expensive to where I couldn't do it for 20 because I wasn't doing it on a big enough scale. So that's why we're rocking with the on-demand, you know, service versus me like doing it and doing all the shipping and creating and all that kind of shit. All right. Smoke it up again for Sal. You the man. Do you guys remember Back to the Future 1 when he goes back to 1955? And he goes in to the restaurant at the diner and he's like, let me get a Pepsi free. And like Pepsi free was like the caffeine free or whatever. They called it Pepsi free. And the guy got so offended. He's like, hey, you want a Pepsi, pal? You're going to pay for it. So funny, man. Like, cause yeah, Pepsi free in 1955. No fucking idea what Pepsi free is. Yeah, because he wasn't saying, can I get a Pepsi, comma, free? He was saying, can I get a Pepsi free? That's what it was. Like zero Coke, right? Same shit. But in 1955, when it was all real fucking real sugar and all that, before they started getting all hella processed, you didn't need the fucking Pepsi free. It was actually like probably still really good back then. JJ, 1 RB, 1 flex. Who would you start out of? Ramondre, Josh Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, Juwan Man James, Jaden Reed. Bad. A lot of bad matchups here. I feel like I would go Josh Jacobs. And I feel like I'm leaning Juwan Man Jennings over Garrett Wilson slightly. Juwan Man Jennings seems like the best matchup out of everybody. Garrett Wilson's got a really tough matchup this week, so it kind of sucks. Flash said A-Chain Mostert for Connor Benson. Just got offered standard scoring. I feel like Connor has more upside in scoring. I mean, it's like I really don't want the backups. And that's what's like weird about this whole situation. It's like you're trading for the backfield. And I feel like when it's like assuming health, I feel like A-Chain's going to have more when it's all said and done. Rushstar said I just saw some clips from Back to the Future on YouTube. Just because I brought it up, man, that's crazy, man. It's like they're listening. Big Brother's listening. We can't talk about it because they're listening. These fuckers. Got to be careful talking about Back to the Future. Gonna start getting that popping up in the For You feed. JJ said Devonta Smith is out. I'm kind of toast. She's probably going to be out, dude. It sucks, man. It fucking sucks. Johnny said those movies are so good. Dude, they hold up. Dude, you want to hear something cool? Back to the Future has a musical now, and it was on Broadway like last year or a couple years ago or some shit, and now they're doing some kind of fucking tour, and me and Noble are going to the fucking Back to the Future musical at the end of October. Super excited about it, man. Like, I've only seen like little bits and clips on like the trailer, but I feel like it's gonna hit all my nostalgic notes. And like Vanessa's super excited because she's wanted to get Noble into just get him seeing like cultured stuff, like like musicals or plays or like things like that. Like, I definitely wasn't cultured that way, so this is gonna be cool. And it's just me and him going. It's just me and Noble. And Vanessa's like, man, I wish we could go. I wish we could, because she's got the baby, and like it's gonna be maybe 2 hours without the baby. Like, probably not, not even one yet, and kids are spoiled too, but they deserve to be. And so yeah, it's just me and Noble gonna go. So it's gonna be very interesting. We'll make a little day out of it. It's on a Thursday at like 2:00, so that's like the best thing about it. So maybe I miss a little bit of Thursday night football or whatever, but yeah, it's gonna be good. And and stranger, the word you really need to avoid is, I'll avoid it right now. Yeah, we got to be careful. I mean, if there's one thing that we learned in Terminator 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, it's that we must avoid them. Giant says, Tice, I'm gonna have to see if that's coming to Denver. Yeah, because it's here just in Vegas for like a month. So I swear it's like like first thing comes to mind, it's like a traveling circus, but they're going to prestigious, like playhouses or whatever, the hell they're called. But pretty fucking cool, man. And Ruster said, what? You really get harassed for mentioning movies. Sorry, man. I mean, it's crazy. That's now YouTube's bombarding you with Back to the Future clips. I mean, there's all type. Like, I really, really want to get involved with someone who does movie content where I could just come on and provide, this part of like what I do without having to do everything else, because it's so fun to do that stuff. But I've realized that I just need to go extra hard with this fantasy, and like, just everything else needs to take a back seat. Like, I'm trying to, we're trying to blow up this business, and it's like those other things are kind of just like a distraction for me, If there was a bigger team, it'd be a little bit easier. One day. Marco said, tell me, future boy, who was the president of the United States in the year 1985? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, the actor? Who's vice president? Jerry Lewis? Oh man, that shit's so funny. Russ Orgino, they had a Back to the Future in the can, but they were not happy with it. Oh yeah, for sure. I know all the Back to the Future lore, and all that. It's like, do you know that well, I mean, I know you do, but like, yeah, do you guys know the opening scene where you don't see his face or anything? Like, that wasn't even Michael J. Fox. How are you so bad that they film for like a month or 2 months with you, and you're so bad that they're like, you know what? We're going to scrap everything that we fucking did with you, and we're replacing your ass. And man, Michael J. Fox, crazy, man. They said he was going and doing, what was that, Family Ties or whatever? I can't remember what the fuck that show was called. He was going and doing that during the day, and then he would go film fucking Back to the Future like at night. That's why there were so many like night things that like happened, because they legit were like filming it in the middle of the fucking night. And he would only get sleep in like, he said like on the way. They said he had one of those, they that he got brought around, like drove around in fucking one of those station wagons, and like one of the ones where it was like the whole back was like literally could be as big as a bed, and they said he would be sleeping like back there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, while they're in traffic and shit getting to the shoot. Like that's just probably illegal. Like now they probably wouldn't let anybody here fucking do it. And Johnny said it's here in January, but dang, these tickets are expensive. How much are you seeing? I bought the $75 tickets. We couldn't get the $50. There was $50 tickets, but all those ones were sold out. And Vanessa's like, just do it. Just do it. And so I did it. It's going to be a really good experience. So paying an extra $50, you know, or maybe not even an extra $50. It's probably an extra 20 like per ticket, but kind of expensive. Oh shit, lowest available is $235. Jesus. It's because it's Vegas, man. Like I wonder how many shows are they doing? Because Vegas, they're doing it for a month. That's probably why the tickets are so cheap compared to that. It's because they're doing it for a month, and they're probably going to sell out all these shows when it's all said and done. That's fucking crazy, man. That's why Vegas is one of the dopest places to live, man. Fuck. Frizzil. What up, homie? What up, Frizzil? Podson says top 5 movies. Man, see, I don't even know, man. Like there is no top 5 movies for me. There's movie debates. There's, you know, comedies. There's comedies, there's action movies, there's stoner movies, there's like movies from the 90s that are really bad, but we like them because they're like so nostalgic. You know, so I'll probably never say a Mount Rushmore of like movies. Cause like even you saying that, my brain is just like trying to process like how many movies I want to say are like the best. And it's like, it's crazy, man. Like you see me do that, I'm gonna be like Ashton Kutcher in The Butterfly Effect. So where he starts fucking tripping. Said he did Teen Wolf at the same time. Fuck, man. Like that guy, man. Michael J. Fox, he's the man. You know that originally it was supposed to be Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio. Supposed to be the Karate Kid. Could you imagine that being Ralph Macchio and getting the choice to pick between Back to the Future and the Karate Kid? And he chose the Karate Kid. And I bet for the longest time that that Back to the Future looked like the winner. And now, especially because of Cobra Kai and shit, like he chose right. He chose right. He really did. He really did. And South Conspiracy Theory. You secretly have infinite shares of Rashee Rice, but you have some type of deal with the devil voodoo thing going on where you can't acknowledge him or he falls apart. Blink twice if so. He's not going to finish as a top 12 wide receiver, okay? He's not going to finish. This is Rashee Rice. Not going to finish as a top 12 wide receiver. Okay. January 22nd through February 9th. Okay, I mean, so that's like 2 weeks worth of shows. I guess almost 3 weeks worth of shows. I don't know. I wonder why. Maybe the venue that they got was just way more expensive there or something. Like, you know, there's always some kind of reason. Because like Vegas is a place where you can overcharge the fuck out of people and people don't care. Pod Sunset has his classy as fuck going to the opera. It's not an opera, bro. It's a musical, okay? And Margot said Eric Stoltz wasn't bad. He just didn't fit the role. Michael J. Fox was always the first choice. Yeah, but he couldn't do it though because of family ties. Like it took all these other things and them giving extra paper to him to make him happen. It's like, man, and stars aligned because at a certain time, like when it all started, he said he wasn't able to like do it. And then over time, they broke and they said, all right, you could do it, but you got to be here for shoot times. He was there. He was there. And Frizzil said Mount Rushmore horror films. So horror is not my bag, baby. You know, it's really not. I would go very chalky with horror. Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, Freddy would be there. Because really, it's like, for me, it's like the horror characters. How about that? Like, that would be like the Mount Rushmore. And so Freddy, for sure. is up there on the Mount Rushmore of horror films. Who would the other three be? Because that's like really tough. And I really feel like because of Freddy versus Jason, I love that movie, man. Like that movie came out when I was like 14 years old, and I remember seeing it in the movie theaters. Man, that's what like got, because nobody really got me into any kind of movies when I was younger. It was me kind of discovering things and friends and word of mouth and shit like that. Dems, throw it in. Throw it in. We're talking about movies, but it's because I've been going for like 3.5 hours already. Got to keep talking about random shit. So I'm gonna say Freddy and Jason. We'll put them on there. And I'm okay. I don't like Michael Myers too much, but the reason why I like Michael Myers, this motherfucker is the only one who will actually hop in a car and fucking chase you down. So I'll throw Michael Myers like on there. And like I said, it's very chalky. It's very chalky. And then you know what? I like Chucky too much to leave him off of there. So my horror would be very, very chalky. It would be Freddy, it would be Jason, it'd be Michael Myers, and it'd be Chucky. Those would be my horror guys. And Ryan said start 3, bench 1. Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Jameson, T. Higgins. As of now, Tyreek sucks. I'll see you later. I'll see you later in the week. I'll be here all week. I'll be here all week. And Brandon said, "Was good, bro. You think I could start George Pickens or Carson Steele this week? Steele's a killer matchup. Yeah, that's probably where I'd go with Steele. I mean, it's not like the George Pickens isn't bad, and like it's really like the upside. Is the upside really going to be there? Like, I'm not really sure. So, I mean, but Carson Steele's also the upside's not there. So, yeah, I am going Carson Steele. They actually started filming Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz and hired him after a month. Yep. Okay, Johnny said the theater it's at is small and bougie. Okay, that's exactly why. The theater that it's at in Vegas is fucking big. It's really big. Because, like, yeah, they had $55 tickets. All those just sold out already. So like the next cheapest was $75. And even now that you're telling me like the cheapest for you to go see it is $235, it makes me feel really good about only paying $75. Sorry that it'd be so much for you. Fucking sucks, man. Bougie motherfuckers. Like it's almost cheaper for you to fly from Denver to Vegas and get one of and watch the show and then just get back on a flight and go back. I bet all of that would be cheaper. I bet all of that would be cheaper. I guess it would be Ubers and other things, you know, that would make it more. Lipsy said, who would you start at a Garrett Wilson, Higgins, Jameson? As of right now, I'm going to say Higgins, but my answer could change. Garrett Wilson, horrible matchup. Jameson Williams, horrible matchup. The Seahawks are giving up like the first or second least points to wide receivers right now. Papa J said, Back to the Future is my shit. He said, dance, run, dance. Hey, take a gander at them moccasins. What kind of skins is them? Harder. He said, or woman smashed into the building in the second. In the skateboard scene, she said no, because the pre-trial sandbags fell. What? The producer said he'd find someone else. What? And then George McFly not coming back. There was problems with him, right? He didn't come back for the second one. Dems throw it in. He said Devonta Smith. With no Devonta Smith this week, Chase Brown, Dowdle, Michael Wilson, Coleman, Dubs, Quentin Johnston, Mostert. Drop one and start one. Oh, fuck. Why do you have to drop one? I'll probably drop Mostert. Nah, I'm probably dropping Michael Wilson. And then who would I start though out of all those? Leaning Dubs. Things may change though throughout the week because like I really don't want Quentin Johnston right now because I don't even know what's going to be the deal with Herbert or even if Herbert's going to play like this week. Brazil said Pennywise for sure started the scary clown meta. Dude, I fucking hate clowns, man. Not messing with any clown movies. Ugh, give me the creeps. except Captain Spaulding. That's the only clown that I can kind of get away with. And but I really like that actor though as well. He's also in Jackie Brown. And Augusto said my RBs are Hall, ETN, Ford, London, Rice, Neighbors, Godwin. I don't want ETN, and the team wants him. Has A-Chain, Garrett Wilson, and Kyren. So yeah, I mean, if you don't want ETN, the thing that's kind of tough is you need to improve your running backs. Could you just trade ETN for A-Chain or Kyren straight up? Like, would you be cool with one of them, just a 1-for-1? Like, I feel like that might be a very easy trade if the guy likes ETN. Because it all depends, man. I hate when like someone wants one person and like you could upgrade for someone in your mind, but then it's like the other person's like, yeah, but then let's throw in like these 2 players on your side, like these 3 players on my side, yada yada. I hate that shit. So maybe a 1-for-1 might not be bad. I feel like that's what I'd recommend if you're really just trying to get rid of ETN. Like, I don't know why you're trying to get rid of ETN, but it seems like you need to get a running back, like even with ETN there. Corey, what up? Starting Wandale tonight. Please play for me. Come on, man. Here we go. Hold on. I don't have any praying things. I'm sure we can find something. Sure we can find a drop. Let us pray. Sure we could find something like that. Brendan, what up? Just traded a Rich, Ken Walker, and a future first for Burrow and Bijan. Chef's kiss. I like it. Sucks getting rid of the first, but to get Burrow and Bijan and get rid of A. Richardson. And, I think everybody would rather have Bijan than Ken Walker, even though Bijan's, first couple games have kind of been really whack. Lipsy said I got McLaurin as well, but he's for my flex. Okay. Who did I say? Higgins, right? Yeah, Higgins as of now. Podson, everyone's adding A Rich at the cheap, so it feels like a trap. Yep. And for him, he traded him away. Like I said, man, just get rid of Richardson. Like the one place that I have him, I feel like I want to get rid of him, but then I'm looking and it's like, man, I might need the QB depth for this league. So because he gets the rush, like maybe he'll keep a high floor, but it's like, man, that's the only reason I'm keeping him around is just out of scarcity at QB. But man, I want to sell him. Second future, I heard Crispin sued. Yeah. Because they put his face on a different body in the filming. I think he won. He did. He got paid. He did get paid. I don't know what the settlement was, but it's funny how because of podcasts, like now, like all these older guys can get fucking interviewed and all that shit. Then they get to spill the tea from back in the day. So that shit is super fucking cool, man. Like I really like it. And I like that we get to hear a lot of these behind the scenes stories that have like just been like trapped and nobody ever got to know what really happened. What up, Peacock? And said, yo, headed in to pick up a late lunch. Just finished a video job. Nice. What are you getting? What are you macking on? What's on the menu? Evan said, would you trade Jaden and Pollard for Burrow and James Conner? Probably. I think I would. Yeah. I would do it. Because I feel like I want Burrow more than Jaden. And I want Conner more than Pollard. Pollard this week, is smash matchup. But I think I would. But you being 0-3, if you... Like, why are you 0-3? Are the teams, like... Are the teams, like, just really, really shitting on you? Like, have you played against, like, this highest scoring teams, like, every week? Did you have some injuries? Maybe that happened. Because usually there's a couple reasons why someone would be 0-3. And it's just it's those reasons that I just mentioned. And so if you're just playing against tough competition right now, I don't want to make an emotional trade. I do like Burrow and James Conner, so I would go do it. But that's also, like, if your team is, like, just injured as fuck, and you have like a lack of starters, you need to like trade one piece for like multiple pieces versus like a 2 for 2. I scored 142 points, lost by 3 in week 2. And how high of a score was that in your league? Was that one of the top scores in the league? I assume so, because I assume it's kind of like a single QB 7 starter. Well, maybe 9 starter if it's kicker and defense. Harder, she ended up getting seriously hurt. Died in later years due to her injury. What the fuck? If you watch the original VHS, you can see her body hit the wall and she stays on the ground. Oh shit! And so what? And what part of it was? What part of this? You said when it was the skateboard? Was it the person that he ran into on the skateboard? Is that what you're talking about? Where she like hits the ground all hard? Or you said she ran up against the wall. So say it again. What happened again? Because you said it was like a sandbag that like hit her from like running into the wall, right? Captain Spaulding, cool as fuck, but Captain Howdy, Strangeland was scarier. No idea who Captain Howdy is, man. But I think from like wrestling, I think they're bringing a Uncle Howdy or something. Peacock, no idea what to grab to eat. Maybe something light. Went hard at the steakhouse last night. Nice. Evan said I was the second highest scorer in normal League One flex. Yeah, see, like that's just bad luck. I mean, I would make that trade because I like both guys better, but I wouldn't just start making emotional trades being 0-3 if your team is like, if you just had a bad run of luck based on your schedule specifically. Rush Lord Spaulding. You get nothing and like it. Man. Ooh, D. Schneider from Twisted Sister played him. Okay. That was like the real. I know who D. Snyder is, but like the character, is it the real skinny guy with like the black top hat? Devonta Smith is out. Would you go Najee or JMO in the flex? You have to go Najee if Najee plays. Like the Colts are like one of the worst run defenses in the league, and it's not even close. And specifically, Jameson going up against the Seahawks. Seahawks are giving up like the first or second least amount of points to the wide receivers. So on like from that standpoint, like as well, it is just a lot better to be playing Jameson or to not be playing Jameson. Oh fuck, man. Mediterranean going Euro, man. So there's this place in San Diego. You guys ever go to San Diego? Canada Steak Burger, man. This place is the shit. Like it's only some of the food that makes me want to go back, but it's probably just super nostalgic, like to me as well, because like I'm sure now a lot of things have changed with their portions and everything. This is one of those OG places. All right. No way. Abraham, you know about Canada Steak Burger, bro? That's like my joint, man. Before they had the Chula Vista one, it's the son of the guy who like opened the Chula Vista one, bro. That place is so nostalgic for me. Like I put so many people onto that place. It's so good, man. And I mean, like I said, this is years ago. So who knows like how it fucking is now. Caddyshack, okay. No, I remember Caddyshack. I got Caddyshack in the DVD collection. And Jonathan is trading Garrett Wilson and Dobbins for Nico and Stevenson, an even trade. Yeah, but see, you don't want an even trade though. Like that's an even trade is a bad trade. An even trade's like kissing your sister. It's like it gets you nowhere and it's gross. Okay. We're going to use the Back to the Future references. We're going to keep it going. Just remember that. An even trade is like kissing your sister, okay? And some of you people might like that, okay? And but I'm just saying, Like we should be thinking of that as a bad thing. And ugly question. Start Roshan, Tolbert, Zeke. Roshan and Tolbert. Fuck Zeke. Said I'd have to drive to the next town over to eat Greek. Oh man. Corey, would you start DeMarcus Robinson over Wandale? Nope. Sal, what would you say is the most popular format for fantasy? Do most leagues you run fall under, or are they more exotic? Well, I offer everything now. Like that's one thing that I really started this year. I wanted to make sure that I literally offer everything. Like if there's any type of league that you're going to play in, I'm going to offer that. Like from the most basic ones, the single QB, those are the most popular no matter what. Like for a redraft, like the most popular hands down league is a 10-team single QB. I don't know about the kicker and the defense. They're probably in the mix. Kicker, defense, seven offensive starters, one flex. It'd be QB, tight end, 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. That's the most popular format. Hands down, is probably not even close. The most popular dynasty format, though, is I believe is a super flex offense only would be the most popular dynasty. And I offer those. And just based off of things that I've done, I can tell you those are the most popular. Those are the ones that more people wanted to get in than any other ones. But I will tell you, IDP is going to get in there. It's getting in there. It's making its way in there because of me. Slowly but surely. Deontay Johnson added to the injury report. That's not good on a Thursday. What is it? His hamstring. Smoke one more bowl before we get out of here, but dude, I bet the news came up here. Let's see. Deontay Johnson groin did not practice today. Spokesperson team said the team erred on the side of caution. He is expected to practice on Friday. Okay, so this might be nothing. It might be nothing. Could be something, but it says expected to practice tomorrow. So if he gets in a full go on Friday, I think we're Gucci. Nice. Smoking that whisper in the eye. I like it. So I'll smoke some exotics. All of the exotics, bro. All the exotics. And Augusto, my RBs are Hall, Kamara, ETN, Ford. Wide receivers are London, Rice, Neighbors, Godwin, Bowers, Goddard. Would you do London and ETN for Taylor? No. I'd hold. Yeah. Groin. Mondo, what up, bro? Said going to a meeting right now. Taking a toke. Let's toke it up, bro. Let's toke it up.
Perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Let's get it. Man, been rocking for 4 hours. Appreciate you guys. Let me see. And I know Toker1J, you the man, throwing in a couple super chats throughout the show. Rush Lord throwing in a super chat throughout the show. Sal throwing a super chat throughout the show. You guys are the shit. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for supporting in that way. And no idea why I made a call. I don't know, man. Maybe I feel like tears is to words as eye is to mouth, feel like same thing, and whispering eye, maybe that's you. And then the tears just coming from your eyes. Maybe. Yeah, definitely too much. Cause Anthony Richardson, he's not ruining JT's value, but it's he kind of is, because they're stacking the box and it's nothing's really working. So it's screwing him over as well. When the gang chases McFly on the, so this is in number 2. Okay. I thought it was number 1. When the gang chases McFly on the hoverboards and it's going across the water, she hits a car or something and then launches her into a building. The guild never compensated Mad Bills or anything. Damn, that's fucked up. And he said the only time is like on the VHS and shit, huh? So they cut that out going into the DVD. I mean, I had the VHS back in the day, but I don't have them now. And even if I did, I wouldn't have a way to fucking watch it. Is this on YouTube anywhere? This is on YouTube anywhere. Woo. That was the one. That was the one. I think I've seen that scene in a music video edit recently. Whew. All right. 4-hour show, guys. Appreciate you guys rocking. We'll be back Thursday night football. Let's go. We'll see you there. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the